Finally here.
Finally here.
We're on. We run our own business time. we can do what we want time.
My ladies are
All
used to
right.
that. They're like, oh yeah, we know.
Oh yeah. Oh
We
yeah.
know.
Oh yeah. I'll be
I want to say
fine.
this is Be Live time because we always have issues.
So I was like, okay, now what's gonna happen? Now what's gonna happen? Okay, I'm gonna send our bots out. Tell
Hey
everybody to
y'all.
hang out.
Hey y'all. Hey.
Hey, hey, hey. What's happening, hot stuff?
Come
Say
in,
hi
say
to
hi.
someone.
So we know you're here. You
Oh,
guys are gonna see me looking at my phone once in a while. I wish I had a double thing up here. That would
we
be
have
amazing.
people both on YouTube and on Facebook. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Right? Wow, we're at 93 already.
Your lighting looks better than mine.
You have the background and I have the lighting.
Exactly.
Hi, guys. Wow, look at everybody. Tell us where you're from when you jump on.
Hi.
Look how this thing's blown up already.
Southern California.
Woo, woo, woo. I'm Washington.
Hi, everybody.
Whoops. Backfeed, sorry.
Was that you? Like my volume's down.
That was me. It was me. It was me.
Hey y'all. It was Michelle's fault.
It was me.
I like it better when it's Michelle's fault.
Blame it on me. We can blame me. Hey guys. So in case you haven't met me, I'm Michelle Hess Withers. I own Creative Success Systems. I run Jerry's bots. When you get that message, it says new releases are out. I'm the one that sends that.
She does all that.
I do that. I'm on that. Like what on Russ?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm her bot girl, and we do talk Facebook. Jerry does study algorithms a lot. She's pretty busy now. I kind of give her little updates, but we have fun brainstorming together, and between the two of us, we come up with some fun ideas. Just in case there's people that are meeting you for the first time, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Wow. So my name is Geraldine Souza. Miss Feist, right? Miss Feisty. No, so I'm Geraldine Feisty Souza. My whole business is Feisty Bombshells VIP. And I do a myriad of stuff on Facebook. Everything I've done on Facebook, I have been successful with. But I do a full-fledged boutique
successful
now.
With. Okay, let's redefine that. Freaking successful. No,
she gives me Michelle gives me way more credit. I'm minorly successful. I could be way better. Way better. Okay, so I do I am incorporated, so I do have my own incorporation. I am business branded and logoed and all that good stuff. So I do everything, and I currently also belong to two multi-level marketing companies. So you know that I have the experience from multi-level marketing companies and creating your own success without multi-level marketing companies. So we're going to be talking about both of those things today.
All the places. Yes. Our whole focus today, I'm so excited about this because it doesn't matter what you sell. What matters is what you do with your business. And we are big fans of marketing on social media. It's not the only way to do it. We're going to tell you why we believe in it.
Right.
It's a good idea. But that's what's so awesome about it is that it's not just about, it's just so cool because you can sell anything you want on social media. Like if you ever listen to Gary Vee, he's like, you can sell worms. Like if you're passionate enough about worms, you'll find the people who want worms or fishers. Then you can sell anything on social media, and there's millions of people here. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so that's what's so exciting. But you do need to understand how it works. You do need to educate yourself. There are multiple ways to educate yourself. You will hear about ways that you can work with me to educate yourself. Mm-hmm. I'm not the only person out there you can learn it from, but I do have some good ideas. Feel
Sometimes,
pretty
no.
confident about that. Yeah, a few. I don't have, there are other people with good ideas, and not every one of my ideas are good, but a lot of them are.
And
So,
trust me, if she thinks it might not be a good idea, she'll try it on me first. And then, and then
but because she's a good sport, because Jerry knows it's okay to have a little failure with a lot of success. It's just a learning experience.
and we're going to talk about that too. We're
Yep.
going to talk about so much. We already started late. So we got so much to talk about. All
I
right.
know we're going to be here a while.
And
So
she
anyway.
definitely, so Michelle hit on something that I want everybody to understand. And she already said it, but I'm going to emphasize it. Okay. A lot of people have misconceptions that people are successful on social media based on signing up with a multi-level marketing company or based on what they're selling. And that is farther from the truth. And I like that she said, if it's worms you want to sell, you can capture the right audience to be successful with the worms. So the first thing I really want to encourage people with is, instead of just chasing something that you feel is going to be quick money, find your passion. And the reason why I'm going to talk about this passionately, I'm a very passionate person. I'm Italian, so everything comes with passion. If I'm passionately pissed at you, you know I'm passionately pissed at you. So for me, everything is with passion. And if I don't have the passion behind it, I can't genuinely do that. So these two things go hand in hand. If you can't find your passion in something that you are wanting to get out there and have other people experience, then you being genuine is not going to come out in that. And I have lived both ends of the spectrum, and I have been passionate about things and then lost my passion in those things, and it has affected the way I can produce results on social media. And people are tired of the fake, you guys. I'm telling you, they're tired of the fake. They want to know who's real out there, because we don't have that human contact anymore thanks to COVID, right?
Right.
So if you can't be real and yourself about what it is you're selling, I strongly encourage you to find your passion, because people are going to gravitate toward what it is that you have to share with them. We're not going to say sell, we're going to say share with them. Because if you're passionate about it and they love you because you're being real, then they're also going to want to know what it is, and they're going to want it in their life. So this is very, I can't tell you how important this is, right?
Yep.
So find your passion is step one. And you can do anything on social media. The sky's the limit. So don't think that, oh, it's never been done, it's impossible. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible, right? So, and people want to see things that haven't been done before. So the very first step is getting out of your comfort zone and realizing that the next big thing in product is not going to be your gold mine at the end of the rainbow. Your gold mine is you. It's you.
Thank you for saying that. My big thing, one, the grass is not greener on the other side. And never, 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 never say this to yourself or anyone else. The products aren't so great they sell themselves. No, they didn't.
Agreed.
They did. You wouldn't be able to buy somebody's product and sell it or sign up with a company. If it sold itself, they wouldn't need you. Okay. You were brave enough to open your mouth.
Correct.
Okay. Let me just say that again. You were brave enough to open your mouth. You sold it. Don't give a company credit for your work. Okay. If you were willing to go live, if you were willing to message someone, if you were willing to host a party, if you were willing to buy product and be brave enough to have inventory and sell, like, you got out and sold it. You didn't just get it in your house and people started knocking on your door.
Right.
You sold it. You sold it. Don't give somebody else that. Okay. That's not how. No. Okay. You work hard and you faced your fears to do it. All right.
And I'll tell you, I defend that all the time, because I have to hear, with the paths I've led down through social media, and I've always defended it from day one. oh, Jerry, so and so made you successful. I stopped that in its tracks. So and
Right.
so did not make me successful. Not a person, not a product. I did the work to make me successful.
Amen.
And I thank my feisty fam, and I want to say that I love my feisty family so much. But the way that I developed a feisty family is getting out there and being myself, right? And so nothing is going to come fruition. Nothing is going to happen on social media unless it comes from you. So I want you to start taking the credit, just like Michelle said, take the credit for your success and stop letting other people steal or diminish the success that you've created, no matter what it is you're doing out there on social media.
Amen. Okay. So you are your success. Doesn't matter which company you're with. Okay.
Correct.
Or if you choose to buy products and make your own company. So we want you to think about, do you want to trail your own way? Which company are you most passionate about? Like, you should have fun. You should have
Right.
fun.
Right.
You should have fun. Okay. All right. So we're super, super excited. So we're going to talk about some really awesome things just regarding social media in general. We're going to talk about what in the heck are algorithms and how do you make them work for you. I'm going to tell you some things about Facebook stories that I've noticed lately that are big, that are really important. I would highly encourage you to work on. And we're going to talk about why to have a business page. Okay. So those are a couple of things that we're going to cover, and we're going to have a ton of fun with that. We'll definitely sprinkle in there. You got to work your butt off. Okay. But why is this easier than it was? Both Jerry and I were talking about this morning, how over 10 years, just a little over 10 years ago, there wasn't social media, and I was in the direct sales industry and I built 3 different companies. I had to get dressed and look pretty and find sitters for my kids and go to network opportunities and do booths and expos. It was expensive. You had to pack things up. It was, okay, you guys, Facebook is basically free. If you want to learn how to run Facebook ads, you can, but it's not necessary. Right. Or it's not the only way to do it, I guess you could say. So anyway, does that make sense, you guys? So we hope that you have a lot of fun with us today. We both are pretty no nonsense. We're no excuse gals, because we know this works for everybody when you follow the rules. I do want to throw one thing out there, that, as Jerry was talking about, having passion, and it's something that, Jerry and I both, we go live. She goes live a little bit more than I do, but we both go live regularly. And we both have days we don't want to go live, or we both have days there's things we're going to talk about. We don't know what your reaction is going to be. And we have to self-talk. Okay. And we know a lot of you, do any of you have to do self-talk? Just comment self-talk if y'all know what I mean. Here, I'm going to share something with you that I cannot emphasize enough. People choose you over, right now, you're choosing us over your soap operas or, Price is Right. Depends on what time zone you're in. You're choosing, if it's in the evening, you're choosing, to watch us over Grey's Anatomy, Dancing with the Stars, whatever your show is. Okay.
Ding dong.
Ding, right? Oh, exactly.
Ding dong.
Ding dong. You need to be entertaining, okay? And you need to be passionate, and you need to have some fun. If you get on there and just talk about your product, you could be doing a cooking demo. Yeah, it tastes good. If you feel over the top, that's probably the right level to be at. There is nothing worse, people have me evaluate their lives, their business pages, all sorts of things. There's nothing worse that I have to tell someone, and I do it politically correct, but basically I have to say, guess what, honey, you're boring. And that is not fun to try to tell some of you, but you don't have to be boring. Does that make sense? You can totally take your game up to a whole new level. you can make yourself that person that people want to hang out with. Okay. So please think about that. Have someone that's really safe in your life that says, hey, this was when you were a little flat, or these were, you know, we don't ever say things are basic. Everything. If you watch Geraldine, everything is beautiful and fun and exciting. And it's not necessarily, not every single one of those are pieces she would necessarily wear herself, but she knows someone out there loves that style. Okay. You have to be passionate about what you're doing. All right. And you have to know that it's beautiful, even if it's not your taste, that somebody else knows it's beautiful. And I just cannot emphasize that enough. Okay. You have to get that level of excitement up. Y'all feel that? Okay. So I just want you to commit to that. I want you to say, I am entertaining. People want to watch me. Okay. It is so important. And everybody has their own branding. Okay. I have clients that are super sweet. Jerry, it's not that she's not kind, but she'll call things out, where I have other clients who wouldn't. Your branding is your branding, but you have to be excited. You have to be authentic. You have to be entertaining. Okay. And that's just something that you have to accept if you're going to use Facebook Lives as part of your marketing. Okay. I want you to own it. I am entertaining. Okay. Not will be. I want you to own it in the moment. I am entertaining, because that's super important. I cannot emphasize that enough. Okay. She is beautiful, but I've seen beautiful people that are boring.
Okay, wait. Let's go back for a second. Number one, I do wear everything I sell now. Just saying. No, I understand what you're saying. I do a variety of clothes. I do. I don't just pinpoint what I wear, but it has challenged me to also get out of my comfort zone, because now I do actually have a way bigger variety in my life as far as having the confidence of pulling anything off prior to social media. I will say that. However, let me say something super quick. Michelle says this all the time. I'm not relatable. And the reason why Michelle tells me I'm not relatable, which I get, is a lot of people think like, oh, I can never reach Geraldine's level. All right. And I don't feel like I'm really at any level. But when she said, you have to talk yourself into it. This is a true story. This morning I was going to cancel. Okay. And Michelle's not shocked. Michelle probably had her speech ready, because this happens all the time. And everybody thinks that I'm naturally an extrovert. Everybody thinks that I'm naturally just this trickster and jokester, and I'm very effervescent, and I'm out there. However, I'm very introverted. And people who really know me, like Michelle, I am very introverted. I'm actually very shy. And my self-confidence comes from within, and then a lot of times it has to come from the people around me. So I choose to surround myself or talk to people who help me develop my self-confidence. And if you are not surrounding yourself by those people, then you're never going to get out there and be able to do it. In the beginning of social media, I was on my own. I couldn't stand it. I was scared to death. And I started with 5 viewers like everybody else. I started social media at ground zero. And the reason why Michelle says that a lot of people don't think I'm relatable is they think I woke up out of bed and ting, I was this media person. And yeah, I didn't know how to do a live show. My phone was upside down. It was duct taped. I had no lighting. I was at my kitchen table. I had to rent out rooms in my house. And so I had people behind me, like doing crazy things. And I just did it. And I had to bring it from within me and say, I want to make a change and I need to do something different. And that's what you need to do. Okay. And I have to self-talk every day. Every day. I wake up in the morning already self-talking, because I would much rather crawl in a hole and be by myself. And this is fact. It is fact. So I surround myself by people who self-talk. And who helped talk me up. My feisty family knows me well now because they've been with me. Some people have been with me the whole 4 years of my social media. It's been about 4 years or 5 years now. And
Yeah.
I was getting messages this morning. Betsy Brimmer, thank you so much. I love you so much. The people who knew me were already messaging me this morning. I know you want to cancel. Get out of your head.
Right.
We need to hear what you have to say. People want to know. Get out of your head and get on that live show. And without Michelle and the feisty family doing that, I would cancel. So I understand, even though you guys think I'm not relatable, I'm probably the most relatable person you could encounter because I feel it still every day. And you may never have complete confidence with social media. And that's good because you're never going to get cocky, right?
Right.
But you need to exercise. How are you going to make yourself better today? And what do you have to overcome to make that happen? And every single day I have to talk to myself about that. It is not a natural thing for me at all. At all. So I want you guys to know that.
What she said. Okay. That's the thing. The difference between people that make this happen and those that don't, it's not a lack of fear. It's that they chose to face the fear. Okay. And if any of you are waiting to wake up one day and not have fear, that's the thing, my friends. It's that we face the fear. Okay. And so we just love you and we want you to have tons of success. And we want you to understand that anything we do or other people you watch that are successful, it's all because they chose to face the fear. Okay.
And there's fears every day still, right, Michelle? Like, you want to grow your business. There's steps and fears that I still face every single day. Well, what if I do this and this doesn't happen? And I could play that game all day long, right? And ever since I started social media, my thing is I want others to be successful. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're in multi-level marketing or not. I've always spread that knowledge about how to be successful on social media. And the reason why I'm always doing this with Michelle Withers is, yes, I started social media without Michelle's help. And I did a lot of homework and a lot of footwork. And she was actually very impressed when she met me. The things I did know, and I would always call myself stupid. I'm lame on social media. She's like, girl, you are leaps and bounds. Whoa. And that was all self-taught. So you could definitely go there, but you have Michelle. Michelle took me to a whole nother level. She said, rip off the Band-Aid and get on that business page. And let me tell you why. So she taught me about the importance of business pages, which now I can teach other people. She taught me, she solely runs my ads. I don't get ads. I don't understand it because there's so many algorithms that are involved with Facebook and ads that I could probably teach myself how to do it, but I would rather Michelle do it because that's her expertise. So the reason why I always do this with Michelle Withers is because hands down, I could not be at the place I'm at today if it wasn't for Michelle Withers. Period. So there's a point in your business where, and I'll never forget this, there was a point in my business where I needed to start spending money to make more money. Period. Mm-hmm. And you get so scared because you're like, well, what if I put all this money out there and it doesn't work? Number one, let me tell you, when you start thinking that way, the only way that you're going to be successful is if there is no other option. If you truly want to get to that next level of success or just start out your success, when you get to a point to where there's no other option and you don't care how you have to make it work, I'm telling you, that's when you're going to be successful. If you are comfortable where you're at today and you don't have any fears, you have put yourself in a place of mediocrity. Number one, you have allowed the minimal in your life, because without fear and without motivation, you have nothing. And I'm being honest. There's never a day in my life that I don't want to have a dream or a goal for something. And I don't want to wake up and say, I have zero fear. I have the tenacity to face my fears when I self-talk myself into it. However, I have fears every single day. And that means I'm still dreaming and I'm still living, guys. That is normal, right? So
Yep.
the first step, you got to take the first step. You got to get out there.
Yep, exactly. Amen. I love it. So just so you know, I have put a link in there. It shows it's a comment by Feisty. It is for me. It's a link you can click on. It will give you some tips on social media. It will give you a goal setting sheet, and it will give you a bunch of great questions to ask to help your algorithms. Okay. So those are a couple things that you can grab from me. If you click on it, hurry and come back. If it takes you to, it'll take you to Messenger. Okay. So yeah. All right. So let's talk about, you've now heard our, I tell people all the time, I can't out train your fear. If you choose not to face your fears, it won't matter what we say next. Okay. It's all about choosing to face your fears. So this is going to be fun. And really the stuff we're going to teach you, I swear to you, it's not that hard. People say it has to be duplicatable. This is duplicatable. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about algorithms and what Facebook likes to see to help you out. Okay. Because I know some of you kind of feel like you're, hitting your head against a wall, not getting anywhere. And we want to get you out of that. We want to see you soar. Okay.
And let me tell you something about a fact that this is duplicatable. For a fact, I have one-on-one helped people outside of Michelle Withers, and their business doubled, tripled, quadrupled by following basic steps and things that they weren't doing. And there is in Facebook and any social media platform, there's always a basic of algorithms. And I want to tell you guys, the word algorithm just doesn't exist in Facebook or social media. Now, today, an algorithm is everything. Everything. Security cameras, algorithms, TV shows, commercials, everything is done by algorithms, right? It's just a computer source. So you guys already get convoluted when we say the word algorithms, and then you shut down because it's like we're saying calculus or trigonometry or something, but we're not, right? So once I teach people the basics and they are consistent, there's the other key, y'all, consistency. Yep. Once you're consistent with the basics, then that's going to get you at a good level. Now, if you want to grow bigger, is when you have to understand that Facebook is going to change the way they do things all the time. And they're always going to change up their algorithms. There's always basics that never change. It's always going to be the base. And there's things that they change all the time. And if that's going to frustrate you, I'm letting you know straight up, there is not going to be a month that Facebook won't change something in algorithms. And that's where I rely on Michelle. I used to teach myself all of the Facebook changes, but now Michelle really helps me out because I'm so busy trying to grow my business, right? But I do know a lot of things that are coming up. And I watch politically what's going on, and it's not rocket science once you wrap your head around why these places and why they have to do what they do as far as algorithms go. So stop getting afraid of the word algorithm, because so many of you are so afraid of that word. You just stop thinking when it's talked about, right? It's easy. It is.
I want you to think fun, and you have so much more control over it than you think.
Correct.
Okay. So the very first thing about algorithms, if you ever get in a time where you're looking at your engagement, it doesn't matter if it's let me give a little vocabulary lesson. It's your personal profile. Okay, so I'm Michelle Hess Withers. It's Geraldine Souza. I think it actually says Geraldine Feisty Souza. Anyway, it's our personal profile. You cannot have anything else without a personal profile. Then you build a business page. That's your likes and followers. Okay. You may choose to have a Facebook group, which has members, and we'll tell you why we prefer pages. But those are your three places. Okay. So I'm going to first talk about personal profile. All right. Personal profile has a large effect on everything else. And every time you start to feel like I'm not getting very much engagement, it doesn't matter where it's at on Facebook, the first thing you need to think is out. What I mean by that is, if people aren't commenting on your post, they're not seeing your post. Part of it might be your wording, and we'll talk about that in a hot second. But what goes around comes around. As soon as you start going, people are commenting on my post, and you have that urge to go do a bunch of posts hoping someone will comment on something, you should do the exact opposite. You should slow down and go comment on a bunch of your friends' posts. That is the very first thing you should do. And I am telling you, Geraldine lives by this. In fact, it always would crack me up. And I just was like, I was like so impressed when Jerry, like I'd post something about a kid, you know, on my children or someplace I traveled or whatnot. And I always thought, Jerry, it's not like I'm not going to buy from you. You don't have to be nice to me and comment on my post. Like Jerry lives it. Okay. She takes the time to comment on other people's posts every single week. Okay. It may not be every single day. Kind of depends on what's going on in a day, but many days, you know, minimum of 5 days a week. And that is something, what goes around comes around. I cannot emphasize this enough. Okay. So there's a couple things to think about. First of all, you just go through whoever you see and you comment on post. The next thing you can do is go to your friends list. Now, I prefer to do this on a computer. On a computer, your friends list isn't shown in alphabetical order like it is on your phone. It shows the people that you have seen interact with you most recently. And then you scroll down about halfway through the list and you'll start seeing, you'll be like, Susie Smith, I loved her in high school. Why aren't I seeing any of her posts? You open up her profile, you're going to see she's been posting and Facebook hasn't been showing it to you. You comment on one or two of her posts. Don't go 6 months back. You'll look like a crazy stalker, okay? Talking like the first two posts she's done most recently. And you comment on those. And then I call that stir the pot, okay? Mm-hmm. Stirs up your friends list so that they start seeing your stuff again. The third thing is, okay, so let me tell you about Facebook's hierarchy. The first thing that does the biggest thing for your algorithms is to message people. Then it's comments and live views. And then it's the hearts, the wows, everything but the thumbs up. The last is thumbs up. Hearts get twice as much weight as a thumbs up. So when I'm live, I always will tell you, like I'll tell you right now, y'all go shower us with hearts. Give us some love if you like what you're hearing. Because I know Facebook cares twice as much about a heart as they do about a thumbs up. This is Echo, cancel. Echo, cancel. Sorry, timers. Okay, so it's so important to understand. What you do to others is what you'll get more back of, okay? Okay, so the last thing I was going to say is that stories, okay? So we've been testing this out with some of my clients. And you go to stories and it's called a reply. When you reply, it goes right to their messenger. Mm-hmm. If you slow down every day and go reply to about 25 different people, it's going to blow your mind what it will do for your algorithms. Mm-hmm. And I've had gals doing this for 1 week. 1 week. And first of all, their stories got a ton more engagement.
Yep.
And second of all, the viewers on their lives skyrocketed. Mm-hmm. From messaging is called a reply to people's stories. It was mind-blowing. They saw some of the highest sales they've had in a while. Stories is very, very big right now because it sends a message. So Facebook's hierarchy is messages, comments, hearts, anything to the right of that. And then the last one is thumbs up. Somewhere in the middle there are video views. Okay, whether you're doing that on your personal profile or business page. Okay, so you always start on your personal profile with increasing your algorithms. Okay, so if that was a light bulb moment for any of you, it's very mind-blowing. Exactly. So I want you to comment bulb. Bing. Okay.
And something I want to say real quick is when I first started Facebook, messages and Messenger was not connected to their algorithms. And so this is a change that Facebook has done. And so there's something else I want to kind of warn you about, because it is attached to their algorithms now. There was certain people who would use Messenger way more loosey goosey and do things in Messenger that they would not do on Facebook, so they wouldn't go into Facebook jail. So I'm telling you now that it is connected to their algorithms, and it has been like that for about a year, but now it's getting more heavy weighted on their algorithms. So what, if you want to avoid Facebook jail, you need to avoid it in Messenger as well, because Facebook is also picking up those wordings and those algorithms through Messenger. So I want to let you know that you can't use Messenger to say things that you normally wouldn't say on Facebook without going into Facebook jail anymore. So
right.
That's a fact. People
Right.
are shocked. They're like, this wasn't my Messenger. And they put me in Facebook jail because they heavily weigh on those algorithms now. So Facebook is monitoring that Messenger, where 3 years ago, they didn't. They did not. It was just an added feature. It was no big deal. And I would teach people, stop talking to people in Messenger, go directly on their Facebook, because it was not impacting your algorithms. Now they've changed it. So actually, if you want to grow in social media, it's actually easier now. It's easier with the stories. So when they brought out the stories, they now connected their algorithms to the stories and the Messenger, because the stories go directly to Messenger. And that's how that change came about.
So, and what it is, Facebook likes to see one-on-one connections.
Correct.
Because people were saying, I just feel like a number. I don't want to be here anymore. So they started encouraging more one-on-one relationships. We're going to talk about that when you do your post, how you can encourage that. But the more one-on-one relationship it looks like and feels like, the more kind of credit you get from Facebook. The higher your algorithms go. They will show your stuff to more people, period.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Now, Leanne asked a very good question. What about when you use a business page? Okay. So, Leanne, I'm going to make an assumption, and you are welcome to comment and tell me if you don't do this or for some reason you don't want to. Okay. My personal belief is you should always be sharing from your business page to your personal profile. Okay. So whether you go live, you post something about product, we're going to be talking about what I call engagement posts. Those are fun things. Ask about Olympics, the weather, holiday shopping, kids going back to school. We're going to talk about that in a hot second. But when you work on your personal profile and then you share your live or your any post from your business page to your personal profile, you will see a huge boost. Okay. So it's not that working on your personal profile directly affects your business page. It's because you're sharing things from your business page to your personal profile that it will give your business page a boost. But I'll tell you some other things you can do to boost your business page. Okay, love? Mm-hmm. So great question.
The other question was Michelle Porter, and she said, okay, so I should be commenting from my business page and not my personal profile.
No,
it's a twofold.
Right. No, we're getting to the business page part.
Correct.
This is okay. I want everybody to comment process. Okay, this is a process. There's not go on your personal profile, go on your business page. Your groups are better. Like the whole problem is people are trying to tell you this one thing's better without explaining to you why. You know, I'll have somebody message me and say, so-and-so said this is the best way to do this. And I'll be like, okay, tell me how they told you to use that, what the end result were they were expecting. Because it's not sometimes they're wrong. It's just sometimes they use a different process than I would suggest.
Or they're in a place where that would work for them because they got past the basics of working their algorithm. So it's like she said, it's a process. It's like making a cake. You can't do the icing on the cake if you haven't made the batter yet, right? It's a step process that you have to do to build that up.
Right, exactly. Miss Jean, so you say you have 30,000 followers. So nice. You know what, you probably should message me so we can talk about what you can do with those followers and how to get back in front of them, without knowing how many of them are your Facebook friends.
Right.
But hopefully some things I tell you will start to rev up the algorithms on that business page. And let me know what you sell And so let me put my messenger link here.
And let me say this. So
Yeah.
something that a lot of you guys don't understand, and I've said it a lot too, is so whoever that was has 30,000 followers. That's freaking amazing. Something you need to know is you're only going to see engagement from 8 to 10%. So if she has 30,000 followers, and if you're lucky, and she goes live, she's going to average between 200 and 300 people, right? So I need you to wrap your brain around that. And the reason why is, so I have like 21,000 followers, right? And when I go live and I don't bot and I just push the live button and it's not scheduled, I usually have between 150 and 200 people.
Right.
That is a good number on the algorithms. And what happens is people get discouraged. Well, I have 500 people. Why do I only have 5 people on my live show? That is the exact percentage of what to expect. The reason why I'm telling you this is don't get comfortable when you have 1,500 people unless you only want 15 people watching you. Do you see what I'm saying? So you have to keep on building those numbers. And just because you're building those numbers doesn't necessarily mean you're going to go from 0 to hero overnight. And it's a constant job. It's not something that you can ever be laxed on. So that person who said she has 30,000 followers, she may be actually really slacking less than that because she's not working on her algorithms. It doesn't matter how many people you have. If you're not making the connection, you're going to slowly go back into that gopher hole. You're going to slowly disappear. You're still going to have the followers, but that doesn't mean that Facebook's putting your stuff in front of those followers because you have no engagement.
Yes, we're going to talk about Patty. I'm going to tell you what. A Q&A towards the end, I will show you how to share. You need to use 2 devices. Most people go live from their phone. I personally go live from a computer, but you're going to need to share it from a computer. But I will totally show you how. Okay, so we'll do that with Q&A. I just made a note. All right, so okay, so let's talk about business pages and a couple different things. Okay. And some of you may have Facebook groups. So I am and Jerry gave me pushback, and everyone that I try to get to go to a business page, they all give me a little bit of pushback. It's totally okay. I don't take it personal anymore. She didn't give me pushback for very long. She just had to wrap her head around it. But so let me explain this to you. So a business page, because it's 100% public. Okay, guys, when you see weird links that aren't from me, don't click on them. We do have.
Do we have a troll in here?
Yeah, we have a troller. Let me see if I can get rid of them. Yeah. Don't worry about the trolls. Just ignore them. We'll take care of those. Okay. And my Porter's on there. He'll get them too. Okay. So I'm so glad you're loving this, Carolyn. Hang in there because we got more to share. Okay. Like, we're not done with the process. Hang in there with us, guys.
Got him. I got him.
You got him. You're usually
like playing whack-a-mole. It's like playing whack-a-mole.
God bless them that they're trying to think outside the box. But oh, dang it! Another one is on there. See if they're
go back to selling car insurance, guys. Come on.
Okay, so business pages. Okay, here is the cardinal mistake. But I like to call it an opportunity. Okay. When you know better, you do better. So here is the thing that so many people, an opportunity that you're not taking that is kind of mind blowing. All right. When you've got a business page, one of the things, the habits I see a lot of people do is they have their live, and that could be a cooking demo. That could be a makeup demo. That could be jewelry. It could be all sorts of things. They have their live. And then they have their posts where they're just doing some images, before and afters, all sorts of things. Okay. And it's just business, 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 business. Okay. Here's the problem with that. So understanding algorithms, when you have somebody stop engaging 14 to 30 days into your relationship, basically on Facebook, and this might be kind of what happened with some of your 30,000 followers. When people stop following you for 14 to 30 days, Facebook stops showing your content to those people. Okay.
Right.
So that's the thing. It doesn't matter how many likes and followers you have if they stop engaging. All right. So here's the answer. You ready? Because it's really easy. It's very duplicatable. And I'll put this. Oh my gosh, we got another troller. They're just
I got it already.
having all sorts of fun. Okay. So I'm posting. Watch for the link that Feisty Bombshells does. Don't click on any others. So you can click on that. What you want to do is about once a day, at least 5 out of 7 days, you want to post what I call an engaging post. Okay. This is my all-time top post ever. Is on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you enjoy cooking? Everybody knows. They love it. They hate it. Somewhere in between. Okay. I create tons and tons of questions every single month for my clients and customers to have, because they need to have things to talk about in between the post where you're selling. If all you have on there is a post to say sold, and you never have a tell me what day your kids are going back to school kind of post, okay, it will get you in all sorts of trouble. It'll be a mess. All right. Does that make sense? And so it's super, super, super important to understand this. Okay. You must focus on that. Okay. So when you have these fun posts, so like I still remember one of Jerry, she bought a new truck and she says, okay, guys, what should I name my truck? I'm just going to tell you a secret. A lot of people will do, how should I do my hair? Should I do my nails? What kind of things should I cook? I have these ingredients. You don't have to do what your audience said. We just care that they comment. Okay. Jerry may post, how should I have my nails done? Y'all can vote. She's still going to do her nails the way she wants to. Okay. Like, I'm just going to tell you that it's okay that you don't necessarily count the votes and take their advice. I think sometimes people avoid doing that, thinking they have to do what people advised. I still remember one day I was and I did really want to know what people thought. I was trying on glasses. And I didn't take my daughter with me, who usually would have given me more, a lot of opinion. And so I just popped it on Facebook. I was just wondering what people, I got all sorts of opinions, still bought what I wanted. Okay. It's about letting people tell you what they think. It's showing that it's just fun to chat. Okay. And so when you create, and here's another thing, if you notice this page or Geraldine's is, Feisty Bombshells VIP. You do not have to have a group to create a VIP. Your VIP is on your business page. You create a community on your business page. You don't need a group. So then new people can join your community all the time easier because it's public. Okay. Super, 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 super important to understand. You must have things for people to talk about in between those posts about business, especially, okay, this is the biggest, I'm going to say it, okay, and it's going to make some people mad. The biggest mistake is when, and Jerry will even tell you she hates these, when somebody on your team, especially in upline, says, take on a live challenge, go live every day for 30 days. I told you she hated them. Go live every day for 30 days. And by day like 29 or whatever, you're like, day 29, I'm live again. Everybody can feel your energy and that you're burned out. Okay.
And not just that. So let me talk about that a little bit. And it was very popular in the last company I was with. And even as a team lead, if other team leads wanted to do it and my team wanted to do it, I let them do it. I let them know why I personally don't do it. And I will tell you that, number one, not only do you not get burnt out, it kind of doesn't help your algorithms anymore. And what they're trying to do is get you to be consistent, to consistently do something.
Right.
And there's a different way that you can do that without completely burning yourself out. But the other thing it doesn't give you the opportunity to do is go work on those other forms of algorithms that we are talking about. And that's where you end up digging a hole. That's where you now are consistently going live, but I can't get enough energy out of you to consistently do these other steps to connect the links to make it as strong as possible. And I would continually fight with these people to get them to understand that. I need you live 4 days a week if you can handle that. The other days a week aren't your days off. We're going to work on other stuff.
Algorithms.
Right?
Yes.
And that is still my biggest challenge to get people to understand. So, some people like something very repetitive. You get up, you brush your teeth, you get dressed, and it has to be the same thing all the time. Unfortunately, with Facebook, you are going to work on your Facebook or your social media every day. However, it is a fine, there's a science behind it. And there's like 4 or 5 basics you have to do every day to connect the links. And when you keep on skipping other things because this is now the only thing you're roboted to do, you are going to have a broken link in the chain, and you are not going to be able to get the strong algorithms that you are desiring. I hope that made sense.
Yes. So that's the thing. Go live a couple days. And plus, people won't feel like it's special. Do you understand? If you go live every single day, people will be like, I'll just catch her tomorrow. I'm going to watch Dancing with the Stars tonight. Whereas it's like, it's on Hulu. Make them want to watch you and watch their show on Hulu or whatever they're watching it on, okay?
Right.
If you go live every day, you won't be special or as special, okay? So it's super as special. We're always special. It won't feel as special. You are special. I'm sorry. You're all very special. It won't feel special. I have to watch my words. Okay. So a couple things Jerry was saying. There's a couple things you need to do every day. Every day you need to comment on other people's posts. Okay. So let's talk about what to post. So I'm a big believer in what I call one button responses. I was telling you, you need to ask them about their everyday life. And every month there's either a holiday or something going on, right? August, it's back to school. You can ask things like, how many kids do you have going back to school? How many schools will your kids be attending? Are you kidding? The taxi mom loves to girl, I am driving to 3 different schools every day. Like, their pain is real, and you empathize with their pain of driving to 3 schools every day. You'll have their business because you showed you really cared about what they care about. When you care about what they care about, you will get their sales. Okay. So super important to understand. So there's lots of school questions you can ask. But what I like to do is on a scale of 1 to 10, how many days a week, multiple choice, something that's just one word answer. Like when I had y'all say, what did I have? Anyway, I can't even remember now. But one word answers are super important. Or something where you're asking them a number and it's under 10. Okay. We like anything where it's just one button. They click it. You want it easy to answer with the brain and easy to answer with the thumbs. Okay. Super, super, super important to understand this. So sometimes some of you are telling me, well, I do post questions and I'm not getting very many comments. Okay. There's a couple things. Sometimes your wording is a little off. Okay. Sometimes your wording is a little off, and little tweaks can make a big difference. Okay. The other thing that I see from some of you is, and I'm going to really hammer on this in a second, is one, you either don't have very many Facebook friends yet, which can totally change. That's what's so cool. You have control over that. Or you don't have many followers on your Facebook page yet. Again, that can change. You're not going to get, in fact, Jerry said, 8 to 10%. Honestly, if Facebook sees 1 to 2%, so let's just say you have 100 followers. If you get one comment, Facebook's like, good job. If you get, in fact, you will see, if you look at your post and you see the views, if you see a post with one comment, it will get twice as many views as a one with no comments. That's how much it does. If you get 2 comments, you'll see an increase. If you were to get 5 comments, 5%, it's an explosion. That's in interaction. Okay. But one of the things that I emphasize heavily on is that you need to be adding friends on a regular basis. Okay. So let me show you my little thing. All right. You're not just going to add friends of friends. Let me show you why. Okay. So this is my really corny little thing. So this is your friends list. I don't care if it's 200 or if it's 1,000. That's your little friends list. And if you sit and add friends of friends, there's going to be all this overlap. Okay. And your reach is going to be very limited. So this is what I suggest. You ready? Because this is a game changer. And everybody who's following me on this is rocking it. Okay. So what are you interested in? I want to know. And don't tell me that if you sell jewelry, don't just say, I'm interested in jewelry. No, outside of that. Okay. Are you interested in cooking? Are you interested in gardening? Are you interested in a specific kind of dog? Do you have a child with autism? Like, what do you spend time Googling, researching? Okay. There is a Facebook group for everything. This is the only time I believe in groups. Okay. You're going to go find a group of things, dolphins. Oh, cool. Okay. What do you believe in? What do you love? There is a group. And in fact, Facebook puts a lot of money into ads saying, we have a group for everything. Come hang out with us, because there's lots of social media platforms now, right? There's like a kazoo group. There was literally a whole commercial about the kazoo group on Facebook for Super Bowl Sunday. Okay. This is a big deal. Yeah, it was a very funny commercial. It was super cute. There's one about Porter was deaf basketball players. There's a whole Facebook group just for that. Like anything you can imagine, there are these groups. Okay. So you're going to go and you're going to use the search bar in Facebook, organizing, crocheting. See, look, y'all have travel, interior design. I love this. Okay. Good job, guys. So you go and search that. Now there's two things. You want to look for groups that have a lot of members. And then it will also say how many posts were done in the last week. You want ones that are really active and have lots of posts and lots of members. Okay, so those are two key things. Now, guys, listen to me carefully. I'm serious about this. You go into the group. You do not post. You do not make your own post unless that's required by the admin that you introduce yourself. You start commenting on every post in there. Okay, let's just say, for example, it was a crockpot group. Somebody said, I've got some chicken. I need some ideas for crockpot recipes with chicken. And there's 100 comments on there because, there's only a million different recipes for chicken crockpot recipes, right? And you just go through and go, thank you so much. I love this idea. And you reply and you make other people feel important. Okay. People will reply to two things. A question, you can say, hey, would you replace this with that? And they reply back, you made a connection. Or you give a compliment and they said, thank you. There's a connection. Okay. Now what you do is you go hit add friends. Okay. So now you've got Susie over here in Alaska who had a great chicken crockpot recipe. Then you have Becky over here in Wisconsin, and she has her own circle of friends. And then you have Teresa over here in Florida. And then so you've got these different friends, and they have totally different friends groups. Okay, now send a message that says, Teresa, I loved your chicken recipe in the crockpot group. I'd love to get to know you more. That's why I added you as a friend. Tell them who you are in a message. You'll look less creepy. Okay, now, no matter what you sell, you might sell cooking stuff, you might sell jewelry, you might sell makeup. People that have that same interest, it might have been dogs, crocheting, whatever it was. Some of them are going to have an interest in what you sell. And when you share your post from your business page to your profile, then the link gets matched. And they share your live, and you get this huge, huge, huge reach. Okay. Jerry, have you ever checked to see? I'm sure you have clients in every single country.
I do. Not only do I have them in every country, I do have clients in every country. I have them in every state. Yes.
Yeah.
Now here's the deal. This is what exactly everything Michelle said is exactly what I tell people all the time. Do not message them and say, hey girl, I'm glad we both like dogs. I sell
No, right.
clothes.
No. Yeah.
You
No
do
mention of
not
credit.
want to mention your multi-level marketing company, and you do not want to mention your business. Don't do it. They are going to come to their own conclusion and decide themselves if they want to follow your business. All you're focused on right now is Facebook getting your stuff in front of them. And the
Right.
more you connect with them on any level, whether it's a crock pot chicken recipe or your dogs, then whatever you do, then they're going to say, hey, I know that, because Facebook's not that smart to only do dog related
Right.
stuff. I know
Right.
that these two are friends. And so I'm going to make sure to keep the other person interested in Facebook. I'm going to make sure that she sees her friend's stuff. That's
Right.
the way the algorithms work.
So the personal profile, Denise, you want to feel authentic. Here's the thing, you guys, you need to do it because you want to make new friends. I mean, it's been COVID. We all miss people. There's hardly anyone we talk to that doesn't say, I really could use some.
I'm an introvert and I miss people.
Right? Exactly. Okay. You need to do it with the goal of adding friends. Oh, it'd be great if maybe some of them turn out to be clients. When you have that attitude, you won't come off desperate. You won't say things
Correct.
you shouldn't. It needs to be authentic. So great question. Even though you can join groups as your business page, you're not going to be able to message them as your business page. You can only message them as a personal profile. So make sure you're doing this as your personal profile. Okay. All right. But Julie, just so you know, Jerry and I are basically maxed out at friends. You can totally follow
I'm not
us.
anymore. Remember, my other page got hacked, so I'm building my friends again. Friend me.
Okay. Yeah, friender. You can totally when you friend me, it will follow me. I know I only have like 100 left right now. Okay.
And we will talk about real quick. Never mind. Go ahead. Sorry. Well, because the thing is, I want to talk about is
I don't even know. I'm like, I don't know what you're going to say.
I know people are getting hacked a lot, and so you know, like I had a little bit of a freak out moment, but it really doesn't freak me out because, and this is where we're going to tie in. That's why I said, wait a minute, we're going to tie in why it's so important to have a business page, because that's going to be your saving grace if you follow some steps we're going to tell you. It could be your worst nightmare if you don't have an insurance policy, and we're going to have Michelle help you with that too. But my personal profile was hacked, and I told Michelle it's always a blessing in disguise. We kept on going without skipping a beat, right? So my personal profile had been maxed out for a gazillion billion years. I had to create another personal profile, but my business page didn't even get interrupted. And we'll talk about that, even though they're connected. Just because my personal profile got hacked doesn't mean my business got hacked. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but that's another reason why it's so freaking important for you guys to rip off the Band-Aid and know how to work a business page. I can't emphasize it enough.
Amen. Okay. So now that you're growing your friends list, this is what most of you need. And I apologize to those that have maxed out at friends. Big high five for me and Geraldine. You're awesome. I'm super proud of you. You just need to stir your pot and get re-engage with those people. You might want to unfriend some and friend some new, but most of you need this. Okay. Most, like 90% of people I talk to need this little example. Okay, so now you're doing your business on your business page. So I'm just going to share screen. I'm going to show you some stuff, okay? Because most people tell me this is a big aha moment, and I just want to help you out, okay? All right, so let me share screen and show you a couple of things. So on your business page, and I'm going to admit, it changes. Sometimes you can invite your friends to like your page. Other times it doesn't let you. Not really sure what that's all about. Why Facebook is kind of having I don't know, hiccup about that. Gotta love Facebook and how things change all the time.
All the time.
All the time. So that's one thing that you need to understand. Let me see if I can get this so you can. I know it's going to be small if you're watching this on a phone, so you might want to come back and watch the replay on a computer. So I'm going to do my best to show you a couple things here. Okay. First of all, let me show you something right here. So the live we have going right now, okay, when you have clicked this little emotion button here, so the reason we want you to post on your business page and then share it over to your personal profile is you'll start getting people liking those posts that are friends. And sometimes it'll be friends of friends because they'll like it or share it. And what happens is anyone who likes a live, a post, any post on your business page, they like the post, but they haven't liked your page. Facebook says, hey, look, they haven't liked your page yet. And so we can invite them. So see, I can, I'm going to make sure I invite someone I know for sure isn't a hacker, but we can go through and invite. Every time you see one that says invite, that means we can invite them to like your business page. And that's one of the best things that you can do that grows your business page. We've had a ton of new followers for Geraldine with this. And my page grows all the time because we do this after every one of our lives. Okay. So that's one of the things that you want to do. So let me show you something right up here. Usually I'm showing this from my business page. Now I am an admin on Jerry's page. So when I click on this little thing up here, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to be live from your phone most of the time, and you're going to have a second device out. Okay. And if you do an iPad, you just want to go to Facebook via the browser, okay, not the app. Or if you have a computer, it automatically goes to the browser, okay? Up here in the top right-hand corner, did y'all see this drop down? Just comment drop if you see this. So it shows the business page and it shows me. This is the insurance thing. You want to have another person as an admin on your business page.
Write that down. Write that down.
It's really important.
You control freaks, let it go. Write that down.
Do it. It can be your husband, your daughter, a good friend, your upline, even making another profile and having that on there. You need to have a second person on your business page. If for some reason your personal profile gets shut down and you're the only one on your business page is dead too. It's not if there's another admin. So really, really, really important to understand. Okay. So I'm going to click on this as me as a person.
I have 6 admins. 6. I have 6 backup plans because God knows if I get hacked and Michelle's in a coma, I need to get into my business.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like you guys stop being a control freak. You need to understand how important this is.
Yes. Okay. Now you come over here and you click share. And right here it says share now public. That shared it to my personal profile. Okay. Because right up here, I'm interacting as me as a person. Remember profile. We talked about the vocabulary list. So we're going to click share now public. And then I shared it to my story too. So then I click share a second time and click share to my story. You can do that with any post. The ones that are just fun, you ask, hey, I'm curious. What do you put on watermelon, salt or sugar? Which some of you may be, why do you put either? But any fun question you can ask around kind of the season. I know I love salt and watermelon. Anyway, that keeps the engagement going, and you can share those to your personal profile and start getting the algorithms up on your business page. Okay. So important. So this kind of thing is super easy to do. It's just knowing what to click on. I understand. Like, I hate video games. I'm like, how am I supposed to know? So to jump up and hit my head and that makes a mushroom. And I'm like, I hate video games. I don't get it. I'm like, why should I know to go down there? Why should I know the shoots this bomb? Or like, I'm like, I don't get it. I'm like, I get that Facebook feels like a video game, but take it on as a challenge. Like, and you make
Yeah,
money
but
doing it.
at least I don't lose a life by pushing buttons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get so offended when I'm on a video game and I'm like, how did I know I was gonna die? I don't understand.
Dead.
Take me back to Atari and give me some River Raid. I get that. Give me some Donkey Kong. Forget this other
Right.
stuff. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I just want to avoid ghosts.
Exactly.
Watermelon's nasty. That's so funny. Okay. So can you see that this is super, super, super simple? Okay. And it's, these kind of things are basic, but you got to have the fun engagement stuff on your business page. Is super, 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 super important. Okay. Guys, so I find it easiest to do this kind of stuff on my computer. I know some of you live on your phones, but you just go to settings. Yes. And you find admin roles and you add somebody there, and you do need to be friends with them. Okay.
Yes.
So Karen, hey girl, good to see you, love. So lots and lots of things that we can do. Okay. You do want to be doing stories on your business page also. Okay. But super, super important to understand. And you'll see Porter, my son, has been commenting this spicy. We're answering some of your questions down in the comments too. So watch for those. All right. But you guys, business pages, when we took Jerry from her personal profile to her business page, you can get so many more likes and followers on a business page than you can friends. Okay. It's super, super, super important to understand this. You can only get so many friends. Okay. And you're public, and yes, you're
5,000.
That's the limit. It was exciting when Jerry hit over 5,000 followers on the business page. Like, we were working on that for quite a while. Well, not actually that long, technically, but it was pretty cool. Okay. And things skyrocketed from there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So are you guys seeing the big picture? That it's a process. I want you to comment big. Are you thinking bigger? Because we really want you to think bigger. Okay.
And the more you work on your basic algorithms, the more results you're going to get. Let me tell you something that cracked me up.
I wasn't sure if you said crap or crap. And
well,
I finally
it
realized
cracked me up because it was full of crap. Let me tell you. So someone said one time, and I'm, the gist of the conversation was, you know, like, how many hours do you spend trying to work your Facebook? And someone said, like, I only have like 10 minutes a day, and this is the same person who's frustrated that they're not getting anywhere. And I'm like, oh, you're mad at me because I'm successful. Do you guys want to know how much time I spend working on my algorithms a day? Like 8 hours. My whole business is on Facebook. My whole business, everything I do, and I say this all the time and people can't grasp it. Everything I do on Facebook with my admins and myself, we're always connecting algorithms. It always goes to the basic of algorithms. If you legit are not, if your main vehicle of success is going to be social media and you are only working 10 minutes a day on the basics, that's not a job, babe. That's a hobby. And it's a sloppy hobby at that. It's a sloppy hobby.
I mean,
and you're not going to go anywhere with it.
If you went and got a job somewhere and said you were only willing to work 10 minutes, one, they wouldn't hire you, and two, you wouldn't be paid anything. I mean, even if you were paid $100 an hour, 10 minutes doesn't make you very much, guys. You got to get real about it. So, you know, and
don't spend 8 hours on Facebook talking to the same person saying you're working your algorithms. No. This is why people can't capture me for a very long period of time, because I got to bounce. I got to go work algorithms, right? I love you guys. And there's people out there who know I love you. I don't just say I love you, but like, you're my people, you're my person, you're my soul sister. But even my soul sister don't get my time for 8 freaking hours in a day. I got a business to run and I got algorithms to work on.
Right. So, Sherry, I'm just going to say, yes, you can go to your business page. You have to request from Facebook to change your name, and they have to approve it. It can't be very different than the name you have now. At the very beginning of this, what's the best business to get into? The one you're passionate about. So you can go back and watch the beginning of the live. We go into that exclusive. We go into that a lot at the beginning. You can totally, this will be on both our business pages to rewatch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So one other thing I'm going to say though, okay, I want you to listen to this carefully. You have to choose to put a significant amount of time into connecting with people and building your algorithms. Jerry does, I know, well, I don't know the exact, I know it's over $100,000 a month. A lot of you don't want to make $100,000 a month. I mean, you do, but she's putting in 8 hours. Do you understand?
Way over 100,000.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But when I'm in sales, so I'm telling you, if you dedicate a solid 2 hours a day, how many of you would be thrilled if you were doing $5,000 in sales a month? Okay. Or $10,000 in sales a month. You don't have to do 8 hours. This is when Jerry and I have the discussion about is she relatable or not. Okay. Okay. Most of you, yeah, so many of you would just be so excited if you were making an extra $1,000 a month. But
Right.
some of you are ready to make $10,000 a month. We're not trying to tell you what your goal should be, but
Right.
we are going to tell you, no matter what your goal is, you do have to work more than 10 minutes a day. Okay, so does that make sense? It is correlated, but you have to work smart. You have
Correct.
to do the kind of work that makes money. Okay. Yeah, no, the grass is not greener on the other side. You sell what you love to sell. Okay.
Sometimes it is. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Enough. Okay. So let's talk. So we've talked about algorithms, stories, and business pages. Okay. One last thing we're going to talk about, and this has been, Jerry was very generous and said, you know, with my help, I helped her get to the level she's at. Jerry would have been freaking successful with or without me, but there are some tools that I brought that helped take the good things she was doing and maximize them. Okay. Yes. So I do love what I know, and I have had the pleasure of working with some really brilliant ladies and gentlemen and help them take their business to the next level. So we're going to talk about a piece of technology. Okay.
I want to say this real quick though.
Yes.
Let me say this. And this is a fact. And I know I'm going to get, it doesn't matter if whatever, they're probably not watching this. This is a fact. If you solicit Michelle's help and you think that that's going to make you successful without having to do any homework, you're tripping. Okay. The people who complain about how much they pay Michelle and the results they're getting, I can guarantee it's because they're not doing the homework she told them to do. When Michelle tells me to do something, I freaking do it. I argue a little bit sometimes. I have to make her tell me, why am I doing this?
She wants me to clarify.
I need to know why. I'm a why person, right? Because I don't like to waste my time. And Michelle never wastes my time. I'll tell you that right now. But she said, Jerry, I need you to change your background. That's why I changed my background. I do what Michelle tells me to do. That's the difference. When you talk to people and say, oh, Michelle didn't help me at all, they thought that if they paid her enough, she was going to make their business successful. It stems from you, honey. You guys have to do the work. If you're not willing to do the work and listen and accept her advice, it's not going to work. What are you doing? So when you're ready to solicit the help and you're ready to actually listen and then do the homework, you're now at the right step to pay somebody to help you. You're paying somebody to help you, not make you successful. I just want to throw that out there.
Thank you. Thank you. Because, and you know, sometimes people jump into something and then realize they couldn't quite do what they were committed to. And, you know, so to each their own, it's all good. So I'm just I got to tell you about my
Well, that's fine. But to say that it's your fault that they're not successful pisses me off.
Yeah, me too. But I tried to keep it under. Okay. So see my girl, Charlene here that just said truth bomb. So she's been following this little process that we've been telling you about. And in 7 days, following just my basic algorithm process, So I'm going to show you. She sent me this picture. Hopefully you can see this. Come on. Come on. Do you see those increased numbers on her business page? That's 7 days. That is a screenshot from her business page. Okay. Increased post reach 500% plus.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Increased post engagement over 1,000%. Not 100%, not 200%, 1,000%. Okay. So the stuff that I do is duplicatable. You all can do it. And I'm going to tell you how you can work with me. We're getting there. Okay. She's got lots of new page likes, lots of new people on her lives. Okay. So this is, you guys, it's not rocket science. Okay. But the last thing we're going to talk about.
Everything I've done to create my success is duplicatable.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Yep. Absolutely. Okay. So the thing that I presented to Jerry was a tool called a ManyChat, MANYCHAT. Okay. It works if you work. See,
that's right. I can't. Right. Right.
Yep.
Right.
It works if you work. Amen.
Right.
Yep. You can't just watch my videos and then go, oh, shoot. Got to do what the video said. Okay. So we use a tool called ManyChat. So here's the fact of the matter. Facebook does stop showing your stuff to people who haven't engaged with for so many days. So I wanted to help people have a way to stay in front of people, because no matter what you're selling, okay, you're not bread and milk. People don't come by you every single week. So it doesn't matter if you're selling cooking gadget, or you're selling, bra replacement, or if you're selling books, or if you're selling health and wellness. It doesn't matter what you're selling. They don't buy it from you every single week. So you do lose contact with them. But they buy some great jewelry from you. They buy some great makeup from you. They do. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. They do want more eventually. And so you have to understand, you need to proactively have a way to stay in front of people until they're ready to buy again. So rather, they buy a whole bunch, and this husband went, you better not have another shopping spree with her. And they're like, okay. So then they don't engage for a little while. And then the husband forgot you had a shopping spree. Now you can have another one, right? Okay. You need to be able to have a way to stay in front of people. So a thing called ManyChat. So a lot of you probably either got a text message either from my business page or Jerry's. Comment text if you got that. And what that does is it lets people know, hey, I'm live. Or it lets people know, hey, we have some new products for you to shop. And we use that, and it's awesome. And it's an amazing way to stay in front of people. And Jerry had phenomenal sales when I met her. If I remember, it was it was kind of depending on the month, between like 30 and 40,000 a month. And when we started putting this ManyChat in place and letting people know when there was new to shop, it was amazing. But Jerry is a master at conditioning her customers to know when they can expect to see new things to shop. She's consistent about putting things on her page. We're consistent about getting the notice out. And here's the thing. You only have to be consistent about one type of selling. Jerry's not consistent with her lives, meaning what time of day. There's no way. She doesn't even put, like, some of you are very religious about putting a schedule out here. This is when I go live to, for my cooking demo, or this is when I go live to show my bling, or live to do my makeup tutorials. You just need to be consistent about one thing, and then the other things are fun surprises. Okay. And it's pretty amazing what happens when you add this ManyChat tool to your business. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you, we suggest that you're at least around 1,500, 2,000 in sales a month or higher. ManyChat will not help you find new customers. It helps you stay in front of your customers. So if you need to first build your customer list, you need to work algorithms first with all the energy and extra time you can muster. When you're at that 2,000 mark, then we add ManyChat as a tool, because it helps your repeat sales. And when people come back and love you, they share, and then that helps you get new customers because you keep your customers coming back. Okay. So it's super, 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 super important. So those are things. ManyChat is amazing. It can talk to people while you're live. It can do all sorts of awesome things for your business. So I would love to know how much you're doing in sales a month. Okay, comment that. So on average, how much do you do in sales a month? Comment that real quick for me.
And we're not trying to shame you. That's not the goal.
No. We're excited to help you take your business to whatever your next level is.
And it's your next level. There's some people who would never want to be at my level. And quite frankly, it's a lot of work, right? So it's just whatever your success is. A couple of people have talked about them using ManyChat and it flags their Facebook and then blah, blah, blah. So Michelle's going to talk to you a little bit about that, because there is, if you elect to do ManyChat on your own, which is cool, because I just don't, there's steps that you need to follow, because it can break Facebook's rules if you're not doing it correctly.
Exactly. Just because this question is going to scroll by, how many days a week should you go live? You just need to condition your customers to know what you're going to do. I have clients that they go 2 days a week, very, very faithfully for 4 hours straight. I personally believe in less lives that are longer than more lives that are shorter. It's better for the algorithms. Okay. That I'm a big believer in.
For those of you who have followed me, how many times have I said that? That didn't come from Michelle either. I'm telling you for a fact, a longer live. So if you're like, I can't do 4 hours, 4 days a week. Great. Do 4 hours, 2 days a week. It's better than doing a half hour, 5 days a week. A half hour is not going to get you the algorithms. Let me explain it to you why real quick. The longer you're on, the more comments you get. The more comments you get, the more that video sees other people. And it's not just when you're live. The longer the video that you can actually get to stick on Facebook and they don't kick you off, which always makes me mad when I'm on a 6-hour video and they boot me and it doesn't upload to my page, because it screws my second half of my algorithms, right? So when the longer you go, the more commenting it is. And when that video is done, your algorithms aren't done. If you do a half hour live and you have 5 comments, I can guarantee you that freaking live is already dead in the water. It's done. Okay. My lives, 6 hours, 8 hours long. After I'm live, I go from 2,000 views and 3 days later, I'm at 12,000 views. You know why? My algorithms are still working. And when people comment replay on that video, I comment back. Guess what I'm doing? I'm creating algorithms.
Yep. And here's the thing. So I love that Jerry says this. And if Jerry has time to do this with as many comments as she gets, you have time to do it. If you don't have time to go back and reply to some of the comment, it doesn't have to be to every comment.
Right.
At least like one per person. If you don't have time to go back and reply to some of those comments, reply to the compliments. Make sure that they did get whatever they claimed. If they just asked a fun question or told you something about their life, tell them you're sorry that happened or congratulations. Okay. Not every comment, but you want kind of about one per person on your live. You don't have time to go back and reply to those comments. You don't have time to go live.
Correct.
Okay. So make sure that you're doing those kind of things. All right.
Remember, it's not one thing you do. You got to have many links to your algorithms to make it work correctly. There's many links that you need to do.
Don't delete your lives. Don't delete your lives, you guys. Don't do it. We use those to help tell Facebook who to show ads to. And that's a whole nother lesson for a whole nother day. Okay. So those of you that are doing over, 2,000 in sales a month, ManyChat is an amazing tool. Okay. So those of you, I know there's lots of different people here. So those of you that might be doing your own boutique, this is an amazing tool if you are doing your own gig. Okay. If you are with a multi-level marketing company that sells I call it lifestyle, meaning that you go live and you show your products because you buy inventory. It is great for that kind of thing. It's great for multi-hostess parties if you are more of a traditional party plan. Okay, so there's different ways we use it for different selling models. Does that make sense? Okay, so depending on your selling model depends exactly how we use it. So what I want you to do, if you are at 2,000 or more in sales and you can see that this could be beneficial, I just want you to comment hashtag MC for ManyChat. Hashtag MC. I will be giving you the link to our training. Now, when I help you with ManyChat, we build your ManyChat account because it is a bugger. When you get ManyChat, it's just empty and you have to build it. Okay. And so it takes a lot to learn how to build a ManyChat account. And so I build the template and then we teach you how to use what's in the template. So it's pretty dang awesome. Some of you may have done ManyChat with me before. Tell them how great it is. Okay. Ask someone if comments sold hurts their algorithms. So we're not going to talk about.
We knew that was going to come up.
I know. We choose not to talk about comments sold. One, I'm not an expert in it. And two, Jerry is all in with algorithms. Anytime we have like brainstormed about whether it's Shopify, comments sold, any of those things, we've always said we want a comment on either a picture. So when she does her post and says, hey, here's what's new today, could be her jean jackets, could be jewelry, could be purses. She wants a comment under there that says sold mine, whatever the word is for the day. And then she replies back to it. Okay. I need to go back to that for a second. So they comment, she replies. You do have to sometimes be careful how many you reply to at once. She has more comments than the average person, but, and then those algorithms are always building. When you move, I'm just going to say it, when you move to things like Shopify and comments sold, because they're claiming things in other places besides your business page, your algorithms will go down. Okay. And that's something that you have to either know how you're going to offset.
Correct.
If you're going to choose to do that. And I will say this. Okay. If you're going to do comments sold, any of those, please get ManyChat first. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So you have a way to stay in front of people because your algorithms will go down on your business page. Don't do Shopify, comments sold, what is that? Buy it live, whatever. Don't do any of those without doing ManyChat first. People come to me after they've done it. Their sales have gone down and now they need ManyChat to help boost it back up. If they'd done it in the other order, they probably would not have lost momentum. So I'm just going to tell you what I've seen. Go ahead,
now,
Jerry.
And I have talked to people one-on-one who had done comment sold and buy it live, and they were beside themselves on why they lost so much business. And I have had basic conversations and 8-hour conversations with people. And once you learn the algorithm, you understand what's happening there. And you have to know that you need to find a way to keep your algorithms going if you're going to use that automated system. Most of you want to use the automated system so your life is easier. So then all of a sudden you stop working on the algorithms. And that's the downfall in that. If you are conditioned enough to where you can implement it and you're still going to work your algorithms, and you're going to have to do them a different way, but you can still do it, then it's going to be okay for you and it's going to be successful. So It's not that I don't believe in comments sold. I think that system's amazing and I love the app. But I know for me why my business is successful. And I know me and Michelle go into deep thought about this all the time. Yeah. And one day I'm probably going to do it. However, I have to condition not just me, but my assistants that help me in the back end on how you keep the connection going with the algorithms.
Right. Yeah. Super, super important. Karen, thank you so much. Karen took my ManyChat class. And like I said, It is fun, and I've made it. Even people have taken my class maybe a year or two ago. The class is way easier. I've simplified it even more. Anyway, ManyChat is it is. I mean, every one of my clients that post their new releases, doesn't matter what time of day they do it, and then they send the bot out. There's always this explosion of claim. No matter what you're selling, it's pretty amazing. Okay. Okay. One other thing I have to say about algorithms. Okay. So we talked about posting what I call engagement posts, the fun post, back to school, 4th of July, Christmas. There's, oh my goodness, with the holidays coming up, there's so many fun things you can ask. I mean, what are your kids dressing up for Halloween? To what did you put on your front door to decorate for Christmas? What's your favorite holiday show? I mean, there's so many things. So many things. Okay. So you want those, but you need to reply to every comment. You need to reply to every comment. When you do that, that looks like a one-on-one conversation. Remember, that's the thing Facebook's always looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And Facebook will show your content and that post to so many more people. When I get people doing that, they will a lot of times end up with 50 to 100 comments. And that post continues to be seen for
Correct.
up to about 2 weeks.
Correct.
How many of you do you post and it's like 6 hours later, you can tell it's not being seen anymore? If you will go back and forth, and it's even better if you can ask another question.
Mm-hmm.
So if you said on a scale of 1 to 10, how much you like to cook? And they said 10, you'd say, I'm so curious. What's your favorite thing to cook? And they comment again. It's like lightning. Like Facebook loves it. Okay. I mean, loves it.
Mm-hmm.
So the more comments and back and forth you can get, the more Facebook will show it to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Super important to understand. I cannot emphasize this enough. Okay. Now I put my link to my business page messenger. Click on that and say, I want information about ManyChat. That will get me connected to you faster than if I have to go back through all these comments. Okay. So if you want to get connected to me faster, do that. Okay. Let me put that. Let me put that one more time.
What happened to the volume? Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Okay. Alrighty. So ManyChat is a good one to add to your business. We really believe in that. You're posting everywhere, Chelsea. You're doing engagement posts anywhere you're trying to increase your algorithms, on your personal profile and on your business page. If you do choose to have a Facebook group, in your group too. Okay. So all of them, super important. Okay.
And so so Chelsea, let me say this though. If you are building your business page and you are going into groups for authenticity and your profile page is nothing but business sales and the multi-level marketing company you may belong to, that person is now going to be gun shy about accepting your friend request and starting that conversation because they think that they just got catfished. Okay. So there is a fine science. And if you guys look at mine, you'll see I'm lucky enough to where my business page is the biggest impact now, but I didn't start that way. No. And I had to share my videos onto my personal profile still in order to get people over to my business page until I conditioned my audience. Now, most of my algorithms happen on my business page. However, again, it didn't start that way. And you have got to keep your personal profile personal. That's why it's called a personal profile. If you are inundating that personal profile with nothing but your business, you will not be able to create authentic friendships and get those algorithms working. They're going to feel catfished and not stay there. They're going to unfollow you and unfriend you. And
you need to show people you care about them. Okay.
Correct.
I would even say they kind of tolerate it if you at least comment on their post and tell them you love their new haircut, their new baby's so cute. So sorry to hear about the surgery. Okay. You've got to talk about something other than your business.
Correct.
Okay?
Correct.
Both on your own and on other people's content. Okay. People buy from those they know, like, and trust.
Right.
Not who's on Facebook the most.
Right.
Know, like, and trust. Okay. Super, super important. I'm going to say this too. You can overpost. If you post and get no engagement, that hurts your algorithms. I would rather you get consistent 2 times a day. 1, a fun post. This is on your business page. 1, a fun post, and 1, something about your business. If it's on your personal profile, you might have 3, something fun about your life, an engagement question, and maybe 1 about your business. But you need to kind of feel what people tolerate. You must add questions to everything. Everything. Okay. Really, really
I
important.
overpost. Yeah. We overpost. We never used to overpost, but now with the boutique, I overpost, and it's hard for me to get my assistants to understand when to post, so I haven't tackled that yet, but we're getting there, because I do sometimes 5, 7 posts a day, but I'm training my assistant still on how to post. But yes, we overpost.
And it's a trial and error. None of us have a crystal ball, and because Facebook's always kind of changing, you kind of have to watch what happens.
You do.
Mm-hmm. So those are some things that's important to understand. Okay. Who wants to know how to come work with me to get some Facebook help and to boost your algorithms, find new clients? Okay. I want you to say, heck yeah. Okay. Comment heck yeah. All right. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about some of our programs because we do know how to get you Facebook to work with you. We do know how to make this work. Okay. Yes, absolutely. You share your lives to your personal profile. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Oh, good. I'm so glad you're in the Olympics challenge. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to show you, this is our favorite program. So if you've never taken a program from me before, I want you to comment never.
You know what's crazy? I have never taken a program from you.
Well, you do with me one-on-one. You talk.
I do, but yeah, Michelle,
you don't sit and watch my videos.
But I pay her. I'm just letting you know. We're friends. I do pay her.
Yeah. Miss Marla. So, Jerry, I want you to chime in on this. Marla says she's not with an MLM. She's a boutique. I'm sorry, I can kind of talk. She's with a boutique and she's not savvy with computers. Can I help her?
Yeah. I hate computers. I do everything from my phone. Michelle's like, pull out your laptop. I'm like, no. Me and my freaking laptop are not friends. I have awesome laptops. I make all my assistants use the laptops. If Michelle can't make me do it on my phone, it's not happening. Like, seriously. No. And
or I meet with her assistants. I teach one of her assistants.
Yes. So, girl, she is going to help you. You do not need to have a computer. Now, you're going to be a little bit limited because there's only certain things that Facebook shows you on the app on the phone, just because to make the app successful, it doesn't have all of the choices. So there are certain things you have to do with certain apps on a computer. For sure, I get this. And now I'm just in the luxury of making my assistants do it, so I don't have to touch a computer. I suck at it, man. But am I capable of doing it? So if you don't have help, you can get to a certain level with just your phone, but you may have to punch a little bit of keys on a computer to get to certain links.
So, Marla, it totally depends on if you're just wanting algorithm help.
Correct.
Or if you want to do ManyChat. Okay.
Correct.
If you just want algorithm help, yes, for the most part, you can just use a phone. We have coaching calls. We call them question queen sessions on Zoom. If you will get on Zoom on your computer, you can share screen and show us your boutique and your business page, and we can give you some tips. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to be super computer savvy to do that, and we can totally walk you through it. Okay.
Right.
If you want to do ManyChat, we do suggest you have a computer that you can log on to, open, a browser and go to a website. It's about that much. Okay. Like, we can help you with that. Even April, her assistant, can tell you what I taught her to do isn't that hard. Jerry just has too much in her brain to choose to remember it. So she can pay someone else to remember it. That's basically how it is. Okay. So let me tell you about Social Media 101 and why you want to take this. Yes, Renee, I did say share your lives to your business, or from your business page to your personal profile. Absolutely. Okay. Okay, so let me tell you what's all in this, because there is a big bonus if you buy and you're the first 15 to buy. Okay, so I know you're going to want to know this. So Social Media 101 comes with 30 videos that teach you how to use social media in a way that Facebook wants to see, so that Facebook will help you out. Okay, and they can be watched on anytime you want to watch them. You watch them on a computer or phone, wherever you want to watch them. Okay. So Social Media 101 gives you 30 videos, but then I know, because you're all with different companies or you're running your own company, you want to be able to ask us questions, which is awesome. We love to hear your questions. We love to brainstorm with you. We love to see, okay, I tried this. This is how it went. What do you suggest next? And so what's cool is all of our programs come with a little bit of time with us, because we know just watching videos, it's like, well, what about this situation? Or what about this product? Okay. So you can come, it's on Mondays, either morning or evening, and it's 2 hours on Zoom. So I can see your cute face and hear your voice. And
invite me to one of those, Michelle.
Huh?
Invite me to one of those.
Okay.
I just want to see. If you want to, unless I scare some people off, but I would love to see that. You should advertise them. Hey, Jerry's going to be on this Question Queen. I want to do it. I want to do one.
All right. Come hang out. Maybe you can find the one Jerry's going to be on. Okay. So the Question Queen sessions, you get to take 2 in the first 30 days. So you need to pick your sessions, but there's some flexibility when you can do that. And you jump on, and then you need to watch some of your videos first, because you come and you ask questions. We don't have an agenda. We're like, what do you need help with? What in the videos do you want to brainstorm about? And so when you do that, it's really, really fun, and we can help you customize whatever you're needing. So it's either one payment of $147 or 3 payments of $57. Okay. Now, I know a lot of you feel like you kind of get stuck on, what fun question am I going to ask today? How can I change this up? All of us kind of like, I've talked about food, I've talked about makeup all week, and now you can't think of how to change this up. So Jerry, right? She's doing a lot more with makeup. How can she change that up? How many different ways is there to do it? Well, we come up with fun themes and help you learn how to change it up, so it keeps it interesting. So we have what's called an engagement camp. So this is the bonus. This is the freebie class you get when you buy Social Media 101 and when you're one of the first 15. Okay. So this bonus class is called Engagement Camp. Now the links to buy have just popped up in the comments. You want to click on that before it scrolls by. Okay. So click on that. What it does is you come for 5 hours on Zoom, and we will help you create content that you need for the entire next month. So you would come in September to create content for October, and you get to come for 3 months in a row. You'll come in October to make content for November. You'll come in November to create content for December. It will blow up your algorithms, help you find new customers, and really, really blow up your sales over the holiday season. Like, if you're going to pick any time to do this, I'm like, now is the time. Because you already get better sales because of Christmas. You might as well double those because you're working smarter. Okay. And plus, come January, then you have high algorithms and you have a system that then your sales don't drop as much. This is like one of my biggest pet peeves right now, is that people would coast the COVID checks. They're like, oh, sales are easy. They were easy because there were COVID checks and there was more disposable income out in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And then Christmas is like people are choosing to put disposable income out there because they're buying gifts and they're getting ready for the holidays. And then you go, what happened in January? What am I doing wrong? It's just that you didn't understand algorithms well. You can keep your business going every month. I have clients that have been working with me. I'm not kidding you. This blows my mind. We started a mastermind group. Their sales doubled. I have multiple custom clients. Their sales doubled from June to July because they worked their algorithms.
Correct.
That's it. We just worked their
Correct.
algorithms. In a J month, which y'all like say J month sucks, and that's a load of malarkey. You can make it work if you want it to. Okay. But I help people double their sales in the ugliest months possible, all by working their algorithms. So I want you to go into Christmas and holidays having even more sales and with a game plan for January. Does that make sense? This is not a short-term fix. This is a long-term plan. Yay, Jean. Awesome. Okay. So the first 15 people that get that, they will get that camp. Okay. So let me see how many of those have already sold because I know they'll go fast. So make sure you grab those. But we want to help you with your algorithms. Okay. We know what a huge difference this makes in your business. All right. So make sure, let me put that link up one more time. But
it's not that it makes a huge difference in your business. If you don't learn algorithms, you won't have a business. I'm being serious. Straight up. You if you choose not to learn algorithms, then this is not your giddy up. This is not what you should be doing.
So it's 147 or 3 payments of 57. And you can do the payment plan and still get the freebie, you guys. Okay. So we make this so anyone can afford it. $57 is like, go sell something. Okay. Like you can come up with $57. And that's the thing. This isn't political. This isn't, the fact of the matter is the COVID numbers are going back up again. Okay. And you need to know how to run a business on social media. It's as simple as that. Life has changed and it's going to kind of stay changed. You do need to understand social media. It is critical to your business and we're here to help you.
And if you have a brick and mortar store, you're in the right place because you're not going to be able to survive anymore unless you learn how to build your business with social media as well. Even the big people, Nordstrom's, everybody is converting to some type of algorithm and some type of social media content to keep their businesses going. So no matter where it is you're at, if you are just absolutely refusing to learn the social media gamut, then direct sales or owning your own business might not be a good thing because you gotta change with the times, as painful as it is.
Yep, exactly. So social media 101, if you've never taken a class with me before, this is where it's at. This is what you want to take. Okay. This will make a huge difference. And this is the thing, when Jerry switched from her personal, because she was only on a personal profile when I met her, when she switched from that personal profile to her business page, this is what we worked on. This is what happened. And she works her algorithms. Okay. It is what makes people different. Okay. Is when they work their algorithms. It's so, so, so important to understand. So Maria, just click on the link. It will open and it will give you both options, the full price and the payments. So click on the link, the website opens up and you have either. The prices are the same, but the bonus won't be there. The bonus of getting the engagement camp, which is 15 hours with me creating content for your business page, that won't be part of the special if you sign up after. Okay. Awesome. Well done, guys. Lots of you getting signed up. Okay. So as you guys are signing up for that, let's talk about ManyChat for a hot second, because I only do one ManyChat class, about once every 2 months right now. And so those are kind of few and far between. They're for a special type of client. Like you do need to know, you do need to have some momentum in your business.
Right.
And for ManyChat to be of value. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so
Agreed.
there, like I said, we talked about you need to be over $2,000 in sales to do this. So let me put this link up one more time. Okay. So ManyChat. ManyChat, what we do is so the link is popping up in, awesome, Michelle. The link is popping up right there in the comments, my friends. Popping up there in the comments. Okay. You guys are awesome. All right. We're getting close to that 15. So make sure you get signed up. Make sure you get signed up. Okay.
I want to emphasize, if you guys are signing up, you got to prepare for homework. This means you're going to change your business.
Yes, we're going to work differently. But you might stop doing something that wasn't being effective. So we'll see. Okay. So ManyChat, let me tell you what we do. ManyChat is this program that we build for you. And we have a 4-hour camp. It's on August 24th. It's a Tuesday night. And it's all recorded. And what you do is you come and we teach you how to use it. By the end of the night, you'll be able to get people into the bot, because you have to kind of do a little giveaway and get people to click a link and get them in there. You'll get people into your bot. You'll be able to send notices out when you go live. You'll be able to send notices out to let people know that you have products to shop. And we do, for Geraldine, we do both products that are brand new and products she's had a while. So this is amazing. I cannot emphasize this enough. Your stuff is always new to somebody else. It doesn't matter how old it is. You have new customers coming into all the time, or they have buyer's remorse. They wish they had bought it, or they liked it so much they want to buy it for their sister. Okay. You want to be putting a balanced new and stuff that's in your inventory that might have been there for a while. And so both of those things you can let people know have been put on your business page. If you chose to have a store, we can send them to your store. Okay. So whatever piece of technology you use for that. So I have a lot of people, we send the link to their Shopify account. Okay. So whatever you're using, we can work with, and we'll let people know there are products on there to shop. It's really, really cool. Okay. And so, and then it can talk to people while you're live too. So depending on what company you are, depends on which template we put in. You know, if you're doing boutique style, if you're doing a live selling model, or if you're doing more of a party plan, we have a couple of different options to choose from, and we'll talk to you and put in the right one. You'll come to this 4-hour camp, and then you get to come meet with me 4 more times in a small group on Question Queen sessions. And we'll help you focus on doing your giveaways to get people in the bot. We'll help you figure out, you might have an idea. How do I do this? How do I build this ManyChat? And I'll help you out. So they're 2-hour sessions for those. So 8 hours to come brainstorm with me how to maximize your ManyChat. So it is, it's $447 or 3 payments of $157. And here's the thing. I don't even know if Jerry knows this, but in the day when I was in the direct sales industry, my biggest, the words I got the most for were actually recruiting. As much as I can sell just about anything, I love building teams. So if you are with, we can do 1 or 2 things. If you are with the MLM, we can give you our recruiting training. If you're not with the MLM, then we'll give you the engagement camp. So we'll help you keep your engagement high on your business page. But if you buy today, we will give you $150 training for free. Okay. So this is ManyChat. Like I said, 1 payment of $447 or 3 payments of $157. And we limit this. We only let so many people take this class because I can only have so many people on that 4-hour camp to help them well. So if you want this, you need to get it ASAP. And like I said, this is great for those that are doing over $2,000 in sales. It's a great, great fit for you guys. Okay. Do you want to tell them anything else about why ManyChat? Well, Jerry doesn't technically know how to use it. I mean, she kind of, like, we can have a discussion about it. She can't teach you how to use it. But tell them why, like how, that's more the right word. How has it benefited your business? Like, why would you not live without it?
So for sure, and it's so funny because I see so many people getting rid of ManyChat, and so let me say there's a time to implement it into your business, and there's a time when it's not ready to be implemented in your business. And Michelle's like, when I met Michelle, she's like 911, you need ManyChat. What ManyChat really helped me do was I was being inundated with the same questions all the time. Um, that people can literally read on my business page, but they don't. They'd rather message and ask the question because they want things hand delivered. So she developed it for me because I was like, heck no. And it answers all of their questions. And so it really helps me with the business that I have is pretty large. Get them to get their answers that they need without it taking so much time from me or my assistants to be answering those questions over and over and over again. So it helps a ton. And remember that it's still that ManyChat. Facebook doesn't recognize that it's a robot. Facebook thinks that you're still making a connection with that person, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a way to develop it to where it says if you still need to talk to somebody, click here so you can blah blah blah. Now, let me tell you kind of ingeniously what we've done that a lot of people don't really connect the pieces with, okay? So for me, my business page is all ManyChat. That's all the automatic responses. And I had tell people you need to friend request me on my personal profile now that I have room for friends. But even when I didn't have room for friends, message me on my personal profile. Let me tell you what this does. They're already connected to my ManyChat on my business page. And they're used to clicking the link when I put up that there is new things for sale on my business page. Then I tell them, encourage them, go message me on my personal profile. They message me there, and now they're getting that connection from me there too. So both of my pages are getting hits with algorithms. Do you guys get it? So if you're going to take now ManyChat really does help me answer all those questions because I don't have time for all of that. However, most of my customers, I tell them all the time, I want you to connect with me on my personal profile. Don't think that you're entering my bathroom and it's a sacred place and you can't be there. I want you there, right? So message me, message me, message me. I am creating algorithms on both pages flawlessly, right? So there's a place and a time for ManyChat. Those of you who don't like ManyChat, I'll tell you why you don't like it. You thought that it was going to answer all of your questions, and you're getting a lot of things lost in there because ManyChat will automatically respond back to people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was frustrated at first because I felt like I wasn't able to capture all the people who said, I need to talk to you. So we solved it by just making them message me on my personal profile. So I didn't have to sit there and babysit my ManyChat and pick through who I needed to respond to and who I don't. I never respond with my ManyChat now. It clearly states if you really want to talk to Geraldine or one of her assistants, click here. It takes it to my personal profile. This we did ingeniously without even meaning to do it. And it has completely helped algorithms on both pages.
We find a way, and everybody does it a little bit different. And that's why I have those question queen sessions so that we can have those discussions and find what works for you.
Mm-hmm.
Kim, of course, send me a message, love. You know how to find me. Just send me a message to Michelle, and we will totally discuss what options we have, sweetie. I love you, girl. You know, we'll take care of you. Just don't fall out of the shower, April. You're so funny. You guys are hysterical.
If you guys are hanging out, I will be doing personal Q&As, just to let you know.
Personal, I don't even know what you mean by that. What do you mean by personal
question and answers? So a lot of people are hanging out who are like, well, we really want to ask Jerry something. After Michelle's done, she's going to be here too, but we're going to do a Q&A too.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to tell you, we are about at our max. So what I'll do is if you buy while we're live, I will guarantee that you get a bonus, even though we are technically out of the bonuses. But because I love you and I want all of you to be on that holiday camp, I will make sure you get it if you buy while we're live. Okay.
That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. Okay. How long do the paid classes stay available? Okay. So Minnie, the videos in the Social Media 101, those you can watch. Now, I can't say lifetime because I might die or, like, lifetime would be forever. It's a long time. I don't cut you off. I don't say 30 days. You do have 30 days with Social Media 101 to take your Question Queen sessions. But those 30 videos, you're going to be able to watch them longer than the stuff is stay current because Facebook changes all the time. Okay.
It does.
So that's one of those things. Thank you. Mini chat with Michelle is the only way to go. We do have some fun. Okay.
And that's the other thing I want to say. You guys have to understand that Facebook changes all the time. So if you think that you're going to be able to do this once, it's just like being in medical field. And you have to constantly keep on being re-educated because viruses change all the time. It's the same thing with Facebook. Facebook changes all the time. So again, there's the basics that you can do that no matter what Facebook does, they're going to help you. But when you get into a mini chat, there are things that will violate Facebook that may not violate Facebook now. So it is something that you have to be in the know with, and you have to be open to always be learning the differences and what Facebook is doing different.
Well, and let me tell you, when you sign up for our Social Media 101, you get to be in my, what we call paid group. So I go live every Monday and we talk about new things. We brainstorm together. One of the best things you can do is get involved with a social media specialist that is letting you know when things are changing. I would love for you to be your social media specialist, but not all personalities match, but we right. We all know we're all human. We're, that's why God made us all different. But, so I do try really hard to keep you up on stuff. And so, but you hear things first when you're in the paid members group. Okay. So that's one of those things. So, you've got the social media. Here's the mini chat. The mini chat, I'm telling you, you guys, you want to have this in place before your holiday sales get crazy after Labor Day. Okay. So getting this in August, I wish everyone who wants to do amazing in Christmas sales, please get signed up for this now. Get it all set up so you are ready and you understand how to use it before Labor Day hits. Okay. So get your mini chat. Remember, you want to be 2,000 in sales. But the cool thing is you don't have to be on a business page. This can help you move to a business page from a personal profile and have it, because that's basically what we did. Jerry's like, if I go to a business page, I won't have any viewers. I'm like, I'll take care of it. And we didn't drop. She just kept going and we exploded. So,
and a lot of it is conditioning your people, you guys. There's homework involved.
Yeah.
Homework involved.
Yep, exactly. So both of these, so Social Media 101 is definitely for anyone that's under $2,000 in sales. Make sure you got that. And then the mini chat will be a huge help. Okay. Now, I'm just going to be real with you. I know some of you are going, I wonder if that Michelle really knows that much. I wonder if everything I just listened to on this live could be enough. I don't know if I really want to invest $150, or maybe you don't have 147 or 57 right now. And I understand that is sometimes the way it is. I'm going to tell you about a little 14-day challenge in just a second. We're going to go ahead and ask. Now, we're going to ask you to ask questions about building a business. Okay. And that's what we're focused on today. There were some questions. Jerry, do you want to tell? Someone asked if you do plus size clothing.
Oh, she was being a smart butt. That's April Dawn.
Oh, you're being a smart butt. Don't be smart butt. I don't know.
They're mocking when I get the look on my face like I'm a plus size girl and I'm wearing a baggy shirt. Do you think I sell plus size clothing?
It's a
small. I can't. I can't with people. I can't.
I love it. I love it. Okay. All right. So go ahead and comment with your business questions, business page, algorithms, sales, lives, all those things we can help you with. Okay. Oh, Miss Victoria. Mwah! Love you, girl. Michelle's the real deal. Just do what she tells you. Well, I try. This is my favorite comment of all. I'm serious. People still do this. They'll message me and go, Michelle, I just wanted to let you know that your stuff really does work. I'm like, I would feel horrible. Can you imagine, like, if your stuff didn't work?
And I'm telling you guys, I don't get kickback from Michelle doing this stuff. Everybody is always messaging me questions, and it's easier for me to do one live broadcast than to answer 100 people with all of their questions. And there's some things I'm going to talk about after Michelle's done with her stuff on algorithms. But you guys, I'm telling you right now, I don't do this because I get paid to do it or I get kickbacks or whatever. I do it because if you truly want to be successful, this is one of the things I would tell you to do. You have to go build this and work with somebody in order to get you on the right path with social media.
Yes. So let's talk. Miss Amanda has a great question. So I need to do my lives on my business page, not my personal. So I'm just going to say it's called a personal profile, Amanda, just so that we're on the same page. Mm-hmm. So it's not a Band-Aid you just rip off one day and do. That's why we're teaching you about algorithms, how to build your business page. And then when you go live on your business page, you'll have people there and then know how to share it to your personal profile. The goal is to get live on your business page and only your business page. But if you have, 50, followers on your business page, most of the time you've been doing on your personal profile, I'm not saying today you just go and, somehow it'll work out. We're telling you learn about algorithms so that you can get moved over to your business page, because in the long run, you'll be more successful there. But it doesn't just happen all in one day. Is that the answer? Is that what you're looking for, Amanda? Hopefully.
And I'm gonna emphasize on this real quick, because I know where a lot of these people are coming from and why they get very confused on exactly what to do. And just like Michelle said, this is not, hey, let me build a business page. Let me go over there and just do my business. That makes zero sense, because you haven't invited anybody to your house. You're going to build a house and then not invite everybody and think it's going to be successful. When you build a business page, you're building a guest house off of your personal profile, right? But then you got to invite people over there. Here's the deal. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say this again. People end up not listening to how you need to segue all of your interaction from your personal page to your business page. And you think if you just start on your business page, Facebook is going to solely make you successful. And it doesn't happen. And they're like, well, I lost all my business because I built a business page. Wow. If life could just be that simple and just make simple sentences like that. No. You were not successful on your business page because you built a business page, but you didn't follow the next steps on getting people over to follow your business page, right? And it is imperative that you learn to do this. I don't care what multi-level marketing company you're in. I don't care what your upline is telling you. And I don't care if you do or do not own your own business. It is imperative, if you're going to have a business on Facebook, to understand the importance of having a business page. And trust me, I didn't want to do it. I did not want, I would never be where I'm at today if I did not successfully create a business page. Number one, it is your only sounding board and safe haven for when you get hacked and something happens to your personal profile. Number two, what Facebook does with business pages is completely different than what they do with a personal profile. And they legit want people to have businesses on Facebook. They do. So the successful people on businesses on Facebook, yes, some of it is a pain in the butt because I get flagged for things other people don't get flagged for because it's so large. But I can tell you, they take my stuff and put it in the front of people who want to see it because it keeps them engaged with their business, which is Facebook. I am telling you guys, I can't emphasize it enough. But if you don't follow the steps, you won't be successful with it.
Yep. What she said. What she said, what she said.
And the reason why people say, don't do a business page, it'll ruin your business, because you're not growing your business on your business page, y'all. And I did it. I did the Band-Aid. Michelle goes, I want you to keep on going live on your personal profile. Then we'll slowly go to your business page. And I said, screw it. I'm just going to jump in. And I did that because it pushes me harder to be successful. That's the only reason why I did it.
But I had many chats set up to send out notices
Correct.
to say you were live on your page. And so most of those people that had been watching on your profile got the notice.
Correct.
And moved them over. So we had, again, it was a process.
A plan.
Yes. Ruby, thank you so much for your kind words. So our question queen sessions are so much fun, you guys. Those questions that you're like, I don't get this. You're going to be able to ask your questions there. We can look at your business page. You can share screen. Our question queen sessions are the best thing ever. They really, really are. We'll have a ton of fun. Okay. So the engagement camps are either Tuesday night or Thursday evenings. Trying to decide if we'll see. I'm not sure it's gonna be Thursday or Friday nights. So you have two options and they're all 100% recorded. Okay. So you'll love them. They'll be awesome. Let's see. I'm sorry. So Tiffany, I'm not sure when you jumped on during the live, but when you ask how do you increase your followers, we've been talking about a whole bunch of tips. How long you've been hanging with us? If you haven't heard some of the stuff we said, you can totally go back and watch the replay. But it's all about working your algorithms. If you're going live 3 times a week and on a business page, if you're doing about $2,000 in sales a month, you might want to add mini chat. I don't know all your details to tell you exactly what to do, but we've definitely shared some things that should help you. I love this. Michelle is great. Her content is very helpful, but she's not going to bug you either. It's basically you invest the money or you're going to work it and get it back. So the way our system works is a thing called Experienceify. And you go in and you watch these videos and you click a thing and it goes, boom, check a wow, wow. And it like gives you points. It's all gamified. It's all cute. But when you haven't logged in for a couple days, actually, we will send you an email and text and try to encourage you lovingly. Hey, you might want to come use that thing you bought. So do we bug you? No, but we do try to remind you to come back and use it. So just as an FYI. Let's see what other questions. What's the difference in a business page and a group?
Big difference.
The biggest, in a group, you get repeat sales. In a business page, you get repeat sales and new clients. You can't get new clients in a group very easily.
And Facebook isn't going to treat it like a business page. I mean,
Right.
I can't emphasize enough that Facebook, when you create a business page on Facebook, Facebook recognizes it as a business. Those algorithms work differently than your algorithms on your personal profile and your algorithms on a group page. Y'all, you need a business. Stop. This is what I'm going to say. Stop coming up with the excuses of why you're not starting a business page. And if you want to be serious about your business, learn it and do a business page. That's it. I can't. I've said it before. I've said it when I trained a team in MLM. I've said it. I never would be as big as I am today if I did not start working a business page. I would be dead in the water already.
What she said. All right. So you guys, I just put the links for the social media 101. And then the second link was for the mini chat. Okay. So click on those and get signed up ASAP. All right. So we still have like over 150 still hanging out with us. Okay. So I bet there's some that are like, I'm not sure if this really will help that much. I've done some of these things. So we have a fun little challenge that's a 14-day challenge because we knew some kind of just wanted to test out if what I teach really helps that much. Okay. She's saying, what do we recommend for background? Give us just a hot second.
Okay, well, I'll let you answer that, because my opinion is, if you really can sell and you're engaging, people can really care less what your background. And trust me, I've had everything as a background. And that has not, in fact, that has not impacted my sales.
No. Oh, Lord, no.
I mean, I don't have dirty dishes. Okay. Like, I don't have dirty dishes, but I do have like bins and merchandise, and I got like a hot mess going on, and I still am successful. Putting a whole lot of thought into your background, you're going backward. You need to start at the right step. Okay. Like seriously, like start at the right step. That is not going to make or break your business, is your background.
Yeah. Common sense says if you're showing something, you want them to focus on the product, then the background should be somewhat solid.
Yes.
You don't want it to be super, super busy.
You don't want your laundry back there. I've seen it all. You don't want your background to be your ceiling fan. Like, you love these live shows. You love these. You love these. And you see a ceiling fan going round and round with cobwebs on it. No, y'all. That's not your background.
Melissa says, why did I want you to change yours? Okay. So before... Okay, so this is what it was. Before she had bins, in the bins, and she moved over to doing a boutique. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but the boutiques are kind of cutish. Like, you might want to change up the background. And that's pretty much, she goes, oh, I'm going to go shopping on Amazon. Which she went, oh, yeah, I have a cool house. I'll just use my house. I just was saying that she's competing with boutiques now, and she might want to do something besides bins in the background. So
yeah, it wasn't a
deal breaker. It was just, I know, it wasn't a deal breaker.
It was another level. Like, I'm just saying, like, there's always levels, and there's a time when you start thinking about it, right? So it was, I always call it building a cake. So it was another level on my cake that I needed to change up, right? And people freaking love looking at my backyard, and it produces conversation and it builds the algorithms. So
the other one, you said dirty dishes. My other one is sitting on an unmade bed.
Oh God.
It's like, so does it matter? I mean, stand in front of a door,
yeah, when I say it doesn't matter, let's not take that to the extreme level.
So, I mean, it kind of matters. Okay. So, yeah, not the unmade bed one. Like,
not the laundry behind you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, just be reasonable. Okay. Just be reasonable. Okay. Like, common sense. Think about how would you feel, would you invite people into your house in the place that you're going live? Like, just common sense. Okay. That's all. Common sense. Okay.
But some of these people would, so I don't know if that analogy would help, Michelle.
Okay, just right.
Just saying.
It's true. Okay, so you guys are so cute. All right, so let me tell you, some of you I know are like, and it's okay. Do you understand? It doesn't hurt my feelings that some of you are kind of like, I'm not really sure that Michelle knows what she's talking about yet. And that's okay. Like, I understand, like, people watch Jerry several times before they buy their first piece of, jewelry, shirt, bag, whatever they buy. People watch me a couple times, sometimes before they jump and take my training.
Right.
So what we did is we've created this fun 14-day challenge. We did it during the Olympics, but it went so well. We went, let's do it again. So it's called Becoming a Social Media Olympian. It's a 14-day challenge. And you go into our system called Experienceify. You can, there's a video per day to watch, and there's daily assignments. Okay. The videos are short. They're like 5 minutes ish. And, but every day, we're going to send you an email, and every other day a text message. Our goal is to help you get consistent with these things that you heard today. Okay. working first your personal profile the first week. The second week, we work your personal profile and your business page. And seriously, we have so many people that like found new customers. Their algorithms are off the chart. You saw Charlene's numbers. So if you've taken the class from me before, this is a great refresher to kind of get yourself back into the groove, because maybe you got off your groove because, you know, summer, it's hard to keep our habits sometimes. If you've never taken the class from me before and like, let's see if that Michelle really knows what she's talking about, this is a great one to take. Okay. Charlene says, the 11 challenge is a game changer. Take it, take it, take it, take it. And Charlene's taken several other classes from me before. The biggest thing is the consistency, right, Charlene? It just really helps. Nothing you hear will be like total, like, oh my gosh, that's the most brilliant thing. Why didn't I heard of that? It's a lot of reminders, to be honest with you, maybe said in a different way than you've heard before. That's pretty awesome.
But sometimes aha moments, even though it's the same thing you've heard before, it finally connects because it's that time that you're ready to get the aha moment. Right. And if you didn't hear it again, it would never have, like for instance, remember Michelle, I'm like, oh God, man, I'm just kind of dead and I don't understand why I'm not building my business. And Michelle goes, because you're not doing anything on your personal profile. I'm like, oh, duh. And I know this because I tell people what to do to build their stuff. And I'm like, you're right. I've neglected it. You know, I need to get back on there again. Boom, it came right back again. That would be like, you know, an aha moment. And there's things that I know already. And it's just, she's like, and Michelle knows that she doesn't have to sugarcoat anything with me. She'll be like, this is what you're not doing, hun, you know? So.
But she's very receptive. Like, and sometimes you do need a third party to look at something and you're like, oh yeah. And it's just, habits are hard to create. That doesn't mean you use it as an excuse. It just means you get real enough that you go and decide what you're going to do about it. Okay.
Right.
So that's why, you know, Jerry keeps me on the payroll is because I'll look at I'm a third party that looks and says, well, you know, maybe you want to ask some questions on that business page. Maybe you want to share a few more things on your personal profile. And, you know, she gets a little explosion again. And so it's not that any of you are unintelligent or not working hard. It's just sometimes really nice to have someone just kind of remind you, or, you know, there's this list of things you're like, which do I do first? And I go, okay, this is what you need to do next based on what you're doing now and what needs to be done. And that's different for a lot, you know, it's different depending on what you're doing. So it's fun. Okay. So here's the thing. So it says, so I work Friday at 4 p.m. to Monday morning, 8 a.m. So I can't go live on the weekends with that. Would the challenge still work for me? Yes. And it was really cool. One of the things Charlene said to me, she's like, what's wrong with me? Why didn't I remember I can schedule my post on my business page? So no, the challenge is you're going to pee, you're going to eat at some point. So you can watch that video. You can post your question on your personal profile while you're at work. It's not a problem at all, Amanda. Not at all. Nope. Everything. I mean, that's the thing. I have people that I work with that go live faithfully every morning at 7 a.m. And they must catch the people that would have been watching Price is Right or soap operas, right? I have people that go live at midnight and I'm like, they have an audience. There's always someone on Facebook. What's important is that your audience learns when you're on there and you get used to them coming back. You can make any time work, which is crazy, but it's true.
Okay? Can I piggyback off that a little bit?
Yes, please.
That's kind of like the biggest questions I always get. And people spend so much time on their own algorithm trying to figure out who is successful and what time they go live. I'm telling you right now, that has nothing to do with it. Okay.
No.
I've gone live. I started my business at the wee hours in the morning with insomniacs. I've done early morning lives. I've done mid-afternoon lives. And it doesn't matter what time zone I take my business to, I'm just as successful. Okay.
Yep.
The key, and so stop racking your brain and thinking that that's the holy grail that you're missing. What you're missing is the links on building your algorithm and keeping consistent with the basics. That's what you're missing. Now,
Yep.
I always tell people this. There is the best way to do it, if you can, is to pick a consistent time that you go live and stick to that for your regular people, and also have pop-up lives on a whole bunch of different
Yeah.
time zones. Okay, because what you're doing now is you're catching fish, and they're going to say, well, when is your regular live show? And you're able to give them that schedule. See, I know that that's what I should do, but I just can't do it. I can't, like, that's the one piece. I know that if I want the cherry on the cupcake, I need to do it, but I don't want to. I just can't, like, I can't. I was in corporate America for so long, and punching it at a certain time, it gives me the heebie jeebies. So,
Yeah.
like, my free spirit is, yo, I feel like going live. Boop, I go live. Now, so that's the best way. Is it the only way? No. You can also play Jerry's game. Now, if you do Jerry's game of, hey, catch me when you can, I'm very, very consistent with putting my products on my page. So there's some
Really
form of consistency with my business, whether or not it's not straight across the board. Do you see what I'm saying? So stop with the racking your brain of, oh, this person's successful because she goes live at this time or this time. Y'all, stop that. Stop. You got to get your brain in a different thought process.
Amen. Okay. I promise you it's not about time. It's really not. When you're feeling that, then you need to go look at your algorithms. And like, if you missed it, the first thing I said was, if you feel like your algorithms are off and you're like, where is everybody? The first thing you do is look out. You go comment on 20, 25 people's posts and on their stories, and you will see it come back. Okay?
Right.
It's pretty amazing. I'm going to guess, Charlene, you met an exclamation mark, not a question mark here. It says the training will teach you how to increase engagement. Pretty sure she meant exclamation mark because I've seen her numbers, not a question mark, but it really does. Okay. Marla asked, do we ever get overwhelmed? Yes, we both cry our eyes out.
Me? Do I ever get overwhelmed? The moment I wake up.
Yes.
I know it looks like I got all my shit together, but I really am. Oh my God.
A half an hour before the live, Jerry and I were both like, oh my gosh, we got to get our makeup on. Okay, should we iron the shirt? Like, we were literally having discussions over if the shirt should be ironed before we go live.
I don't have time.
Yes, it was that bad. Okay, like, we're human. Okay, but that's the thing. People want to see your human side. Do it anyway. This is one of the best things you can learn for yourself. Yeah. It's perfect enough. Perfect enough.
That's hard for me.
Thing that's perfect. It's perfect enough. Okay. I was planning on having curls in my hair. It's perfect enough. You care way more about if my advice actually helps in my hair. Okay. Right. It's perfect enough. And when you learn that, but some of you aren't perfect enough because you're not working your algorithms. Okay. But you definitely can get perfect enough. Okay. Will you lose weight, Kim? Sure. Do the Olympic challenge. Walk while you're posting and commenting on your on stories. Yes, absolutely. Overwhelmed only when it's Jean sales.
That's an inside joke for my business.
Gotcha.
So funny. I hate selling jeans. I love jeans. Jeans are my giddy up, man, but to sell jeans to females, that's chihuahua.
Marla, there was a time that Jerry didn't have assistants. We all started at a time we didn't.
Oh, so we were with the unrelatable stuff. Right.
Yeah, we wore 1,000 hats ourselves. We all wore all the hats at one point.
So Marla, let me help you out. Okay. Again, we all started at the same spot. And not only did I not have assistants, I was stressed out about making my rent every month. Not only was I stressed about making my rent every month, I literally I had roommates living in my house to make my rent every month when I started this. So did I have an assistant? No, I couldn't afford one. And if somebody sent me to Michelle Withers' class, I'd be like, I can't afford that. I get it. So I learned Facebook on my own. Again, I went from zero to doing nothing but applying every moment free time I had. And I'm going to tell you how extreme I was to build where in 4 years, I'm where I'm at. And it has nothing to do with a multi-level marketing company. It has nothing to do with that. The key is I had no other choice but to be successful at something, because my corporate America job was not going to get me to the finish line of what I desired in my life. I had a great job. I worked at Kaiser Permanente. I was making more money a year than most people would. I live in Southern California, and I personally wasn't satisfied with where I was at. So I had no choice but to be successful, which put me in a place where I had to learn Facebook. As confusing as it was, I didn't even know how to spell algorithm when I first started Facebook, let alone want to understand what the heck it is, right? And I literally read and absorbed, and I cut out anything that was not making me money. So I would clock in for work. On my lunch break was all about building my business. And then I didn't do happy hours anymore. I didn't go out with friends anymore. I didn't date anymore. I was extreme. My first 3 years, and still now, very antisocial. And I spent every moment of spare time building my business. That's the difference between me and non-successful people. Other than that, let me tell you, I was exactly where you're at. Confused as hell. Don't know where to go. Don't know what to do. But one thing I can tell you is you need to start managing your time and evaluate how bad you want it. Because if you want it that bad, my friend, you can surpass what I've ever done. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. It's
Amen.
if you're willing to change. And I'm telling you, I was scared to my core going live and doing anything socially on social media was not my jam. I'm an introvert. Does not, I'm going to be a social media mogul. Woo! No, still, I freaks me the hell out. And the people who follow me know. So when I tell you I can do this, if I can do this, you can do this. But how bad do you want it? So now I have assistants, but I grew into that because I chose to grow my business. You can't get to a level of sales that is almost $200,000 a month in sales without having assistants help you. It's impossible, right?
Right.
And up until about 2 months ago, all the algorithms were still done by me. Up to 2 months ago, let me repeat this. Up to 2 months ago, all my algorithms were still just done by me. I just now hired an assistant to help me with my algorithms. So when I say I have assistants, I have somebody to help me bill and ship or whatever. I chose to put out the money on assistants to grow my business. And every time I do it, it's scary because it's money out of my pocketbook. So this is where Michelle says people can't really relate to you or you're unrelatable now, but it's because you guys forget where I came from.
Yeah.
Scratching toilet paper. Like I'm like, I just ran out of toilet paper and I don't have the money for toilet paper. Like that's how dire straits my life was, guys. Seriously.
Marla, I'm going to rip a Band-Aid off on this. You say, I do my lives every day and I'm an introvert. I love that. But if you're saying you want it really bad, which you commented further if you did, then part of it is you probably need to do 1 or 2 less lives and work more on your algorithms, is my educated guess without looking at your business page or your personal profile.
Right.
Amanda, okay, this is a little bit of a loaded question. I'm going to answer it very straightforward. You say you have a makeup and a jewelry business. Okay, this is my straightforward answer. If either of those companies are MLMs, you need to consult your companies and make sure what is compliant.
Correct.
If you were buying those products and reselling them and you're not with MLM, then I would have one business page. Okay. If you are with MLMs, then you need to consult them. I will not answer that question. Okay. If you are buying and reselling and you are your own company, then there's no reason to have 2 business pages. Okay.
Agreed.
So
Agreed.
I
Agreed.
don't
1000%.
know all the details to give you a straight answer. Those are my 2
Agreed.
scenarios.
If you're not breaking any other businesses rules that you may be underneath, then
Yep.
never have multiple business pages. The only reason why you should have multiple business pages is if you're underneath a company that has certain rules about what you're allowed to mix.
Yes.
If you do not belong, why the heck are you making your life more complicated? You want to build a mogul giant. You don't want to have crumbs all over the place, right? Like, you can't dedicate yourself to those.
So when we say MLM, there's lots of names. MLM means multi-level marketing. So that could be, some are party plans. You know, you've got your pampered chefs, you've got your, you know, paparazzis, you've got your little rose, you've got your anything like that, where when you sign up, you make money from selling. And when you help somebody else grow a business, you make a little bit off of their sales. That's a multi-level marketing. They are 100% legal. We love it.
It's not a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, no. It's just that you help somebody else be successful, so you benefit from that. So we just say MLM is just a shortened version. Some people call it network marketing,
but there's a difference.
Call it party plan. There's different styles of MLMs, I guess you could kind of say. Christy, you're the best. Michelle has helped me tremendously streamline my mom life and to focus more on my business. Mwah. Love you, girl. So glad I get to work with you. You're such a blessing. So hopefully that helps. And we know that, my understanding, so many amazing people are following Jerry, from boutiques that sell makeup, to sell jewelry. We know so many people are inspired by Jerry with different types of businesses. So the social media skills, though, are needed for every single product.
Anything.
Yes. The social media skills if the rules are the same, it doesn't matter what you're selling. You Correct. Could be selling passion. I mean, it does not matter what you're selling. If you want to get in front of people, you
have to know the algorithms.
You have to understand algorithms. Okay. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Right.
Yes, sweetheart. Miss, if you have a VIP group, if that's where you choose to do your sales, the algorithms are extremely important in there, especially because you can't share anything out. So the algorithms in there, the number of comments you get makes huge. It doesn't matter what social media platform you're using.
Can I say this though? Why? Why? Why would you pigeonhole yourself in a VIP group? Why? That's all. Why? I don't get it.
We can help you get moved out of your VIP group into a business page, and you will see some good success. Okay. So if
if you have a VIP page that you're focusing on, do you know what that's like? You've just created an underground basement safety shelter in case there's a tornado, and you can only get in if you unlock the door for them. I hope that makes sense. Like, that's what you're doing in that VIP group. So a bunch of you are just gathered together. Nobody knows you're there. And the tornado, all the rest of social media is happening outside. That's what you've just created. It honestly makes zero business sense to me, but that's just me.
Okay, Netta. So I hope that's how you say your name, and I apologize if I'm saying it incorrectly. But okay, so the comment you said, so from what I'm hearing, I need to go live less and work my algorithm. Okay, I don't know how often you're going live right now. Okay, so I don't know that. What I'm saying is, if you're not getting what you need on your lives and what you want on your lives, clearly you need to work your algorithms more. Maybe you go live the same amount and you find some time to work your algorithms more. I don't know how often you're going live to just like say that blanket statement. It's a process, and you got to evaluate. Okay. Echo. Cancel. So really important that you understand, we're not giving you a black and white answer. We're saying you have to evaluate where you're at. Like, I meet some people that have a ton of likes on their business page and aren't getting any views on their lives. And it's just, I don't know, their mom got sick and they helped them for a month and they didn't do anything on their business page for a month. So now the algorithms are dead. And maybe we run a little ad to the likes and followers and we rev it back up. Like, there's different things for different people under circumstances. Right. So just to give you a little example, my girl Christy that just commented, that was so sweet. I do have clients that work with me one-on-one, and every week we look at where their business is right now. And I say, okay, this is what it looks like you need to do next. And so you can work with me one-on-one. It's $450 a month. You meet with me once a week for 30 minutes, and I will look at what you're doing and evaluate and help you evaluate. So if that's something you're interested in, just comment one-on-one, 1:1, and I'll message you, or you can message me personally, Michelle Hess Withers. But it is $450 a month. And so that's why we start with the 147 program. A lot of people take that and then they go, okay, I really want you to like help me fine tune this. And then we work together. So does that make sense, Netta? You should never listen to anyone that just gives you a black and white comment.
Correct.
Or answer without looking at exactly what you are and are not doing. Okay. Do you see what I'm saying? So it sounds like you want more. And so you probably do need to work your algorithms more, but I don't know how often you're going live. Okay. So I hope that helps. So like I said, if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, you're welcome to send me a message or comment one-on-one. It is $450 a month for 30 minutes per week. Okay. So just one last time, here's the ManyChat link. ManyChat is a great fit for a lot of you. I love that, Chelsea. You did what we told you to do, and now you're getting friend requests. I love it. Love it. Christy says, best decision she ever made. Christy, I love you, girl. I love to work with you guys one-on-one. I'd love to look and see exactly what's happening. And like, oh, look, that went well. Let's do more of this. Or, oh, look, we tried that. Let's tweak it. It didn't go quite like we expected. Even though algorithms, there is a system that everybody needs to follow. Everybody has kind of different crowds that follow them. Some people, if you don't have any friends that have little kids in school, we're not going to say back to school questions. Like, we have to look at your audience. We have to look at a variety of things. Okay. Sometimes I find out y'all hardly have any Facebook friends. I'm like, that's what we need to work on. Everybody kind of has different things. We have to look at the big picture. Okay. And then here's the social media Olympic challenge. Seriously, you guys, there's a bunch of you still listening in. Okay. Go get that challenge. $19. Seriously. Okay. Don't have Starbucks for 2 days. You'll be fine. It's awesome. We love it. It really, really was exciting to see so many light bulb moments. I would love to hear you guys' light bulb moment. What did you learn today that either was a great reminder or was oh, that's common sense. I needed that. What was your aha moment today? What are you going to work on?
And while you guys are posting that, a lot of you guys who follow me on my business page used to follow me because I did a lot of, we used to call them opportunity events where I would give you business tips on Facebook and how to be successful. I'm going to start doing those again. And I deleted all of my old ones because it had content on there that was relatable to just one business. And now the new ones that I'm going to be doing is going to be relatable to all businesses. So it'll be in the same format. I will announce when I'm going to do one. They're not going to be called opportunity events anymore. It's going to be called business tips. Maybe that's what we'll stick with. And they'll always be able to be replayed. So if you want to follow me on my Facebook page so you know when those are happening, you're more than welcome to do that. You can friend request me on my profile page because I'm not maxed out anymore because it got hacked about 2 months ago. So you got that option now. And I want to throw out when I talk about friends or we talk about friends, if you are maxed out at 5,000, something you may or may not know, if you do belong to a multi-level marketing company and or you put people into pages or groups, they need to be your friend. So If you're maxed out at 5,000, you have to delete some people in order to add certain people to put them into these certain groups that you may have. If they're not your friend, you can't place them there, just to let you know. So
yeah,
it's, and that other person doesn't know you deleted them as a friend, by the way. It doesn't, like Facebook says, by the way, Michelle Withers deleted you as a friend and you suck. It doesn't do that. They don't know.
Nope. They'd have to really, really like strategically figure it out.
Right.
If you sign up on Tuesday, Debbie, if you send my business page a message, we can work on that together and I will make sure you get it. But you do need to let us know that's what you're doing so we can watch for your order to come in. Systems. There we go. You can message that. Yes, her opportunity events are brilliant. I agree.
Oh, thanks, guys.
So Cassie, okay. So our goal for you would to be get all your people from your group over to your business page and then eliminate your group. But you don't just turn it off today. You have to make a deliberate effort to get them over there. So you post everything on your business page, share into the group, tell them that's where you're going to be, do all your lives there, work on building your algorithms on your business page, and then slowly let that die. But it's not a rip a Band-Aid off, okay?
It's a process.
We don't want to hurt anybody's business. We want to help you grow your business.
Correct.
Okay?
So, and speaking of which, and I don't know if they're doing questions yet, but you guys, here's the deal is I'm going to talk about consistency again, but I'm really going to hit home on consistency. If you are not consistent, you're never going to build it, because what happens is, let's say you're like, okay, this week I'm really going to work on it, but then 2 weeks after that, I'm way too busy to do it. So you worked on it, you did good. The next 2 weeks, you're going to drop lower than what you even were before. Then you have to work twice as hard when you can jump into it again and build it, because those other people aren't going to have faith that you're going to do anything anyways, right? So when you start building your business on Facebook, the first thing you need to get in your head is consistency. So if you're one of those people who are like, hey, I'm going to lose 20 pounds, I'm going to go to the gym, and you go to the gym 3 times and then you're done with it. I'm one of those people sometimes, because I didn't want it that bad. Okay. Right. Because we didn't want it that bad. Now, when I did really want it and I lost 150 pounds in 12 months, I wanted it that bad. Right. So your success on social media is going to gauge on your consistency and what you're consistently doing. I can consistently eat donuts. I'm not going to lose weight. If you are consistently,
dang it, that's what was wrong.
Damn it. So if you're consistently doing the wrong thing on Facebook, it's not, you can't say, oh, I'm consistently on my phone and I'm not growing, because you're consistently doing the wrong thing on Facebook, right? If you start this, what I'm trying to tell you is you need to make it something that you consciously decided it is something that you need to do every day, if in fact being successful is what is on your plate today. If you cannot dedicate and change your daily habits to where literally your life is now going to be focused around what you can do after you focus on these algorithms, you are going to not make it successful. I cannot emphasize this enough. So you're going to be as successful as this, as much as you want to be consistently doing the right thing and building it. That's all going to hinge on what you decide to do and how important it is for you.
Yep. Amen. Amen. And that's in that. I will tell you something cool that is, that I've watched with both myself and Jerry. When you make sacrifices for a certain amount of time and get things to a certain level, you do get momentum. Okay.
Yep.
And you have to decide where that momentum is. For some people, let's say you sell based on a live selling model, your momentum might be a consistent 25 people on your lives.
Right.
It might be a consistent 5,000 in sales. And you're like, I love it. I make about $2,000 a month. I'm thrilled. Okay. That's your momentum. Other people, it might be 100 people on your lives and you're doing 30,000 in sales a month. Okay. Everybody has like a momentum, and you can feed off that, because Jerry gets enough comments on her lives that it helps her algorithms. To be honest, she doesn't have to do quite as many fun engagement questions.
Right.
But most of you are not at that point. Okay.
Right.
She did the legwork to get the momentum.
Correct.
Most of you don't have the momentum yet, but the good news is you can get there.
You can get there.
If you make the sacrifices long enough and enough in a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you just have to realize that the more you put in, and I'm not saying sacrifice your whole life. Some people straight up say, I've got little kids, I've got another job, I've got whatever, I'm only going to do this many hours. Okay, then have reasonable expectations. But when you're working, work smart.
Correct.
Okay, when you're working, you do income producing activities. Don't be on your phone and say you're working and don't make any money while you're there. If you got off Facebook after being there an hour and you didn't sell anything, you need to think about what you were doing while you were on Facebook.
Right.
Just going to say, okay, does that make sense? All right. So she is spelled with a G, Geri.
I'm gonna post this.
Okay,
real
go for
quick
it.
for you guys.
There.
I'm going to do my personal profile.
Marissa, we can definitely help you with that. I'm not looking at my list. I'm not sure if you signed up for a program or not, but if you had it once, you can get it again.
And I don't share, just to let you guys know, like always just copying what I do is not, you have to be at the level I'm at in order for it to work for you. So meaning, what do I mean by that? I don't share my live shows over to my personal profile anymore. Michelle would like me to do it once in a while, but I just don't. I have motorcycle friends over there. I just have different people over there. But I can keep my business going without doing that. You're not going to be able to do that yet, right? So
we also run ads to her business page.
Right.
And there's a time and a place for ads. And you learn when you spend $1 and you make $10 back. But there's certain times and places to do that.
So when I do my new business tips or those things, those are all going to be on my business page, and I don't advertise it on my personal profile. So what I'm trying to say is, if you want a friend request me on my personal profile, I'll definitely accept that, and you can message me there and talk to me like personally there. But if you want to know when I'm going to be doing business tip events, then you have to follow my business page for that, because I won't share those ads over on my profile page.
You do want to, where it says like or follow, you want to follow both of us to see when we go live next, okay? And when those things come up. So those are a couple things you do want to take the time to take a hot minute and do. Okay. And if you haven't yet, make sure you click on that link to get our freebies. Let me grab that. My freebies. Let me grab that for you again. Does anybody else have any business building questions for myself or for Jerry?
Amanda wants to know what your pages are, Michelle.
Okay, I am getting that. So it's being posted as Feisty Bombshells because we're from the Feisty Bombshell page, but I just commented there with the link to my business page.
Well, so Nita Dowd, you can't have friends on your business page. Your business page doesn't work that way. You only can have followers, and only your personal profile page is going to have friends, right? So if you're having problems getting friends on your personal profile page, number one, we do free tips about that in length on this video. So you can rewatch this video on some quick tips on how to build that. But it's not going to happen overnight. There's work that needs to take place for you in order to build it. But it's definitely buildable. It's something that you can do.
Yeah.
Very easy to do. So Amanda Perez, is it a good or bad idea to have an album on your business page showing current inventory?
Armando.
It's never a bad idea. Let me throw it out there. Okay. It's never a bad idea. The more places you have something, the better. A lot of people get very confused with why I choose to run my business the way I choose to run my business. And let me tell you why I choose to do my business the way that I do. My business is only ran by wall drops, period. I don't have a Shopify. I don't have a store. Not that that may not change in the future, but right now that's just not something that I'm doing. The one thing I totally believe in is wall drops. And what do I mean by wall drops? That's where on my business page, I post something. And then when I post something else, it drops on the wall and you have to scroll to find it. I don't put anything in albums. Why, Jerry? Why do you do that? Well, let me tell you why I do that. Because when I post something on my business page and I have a picture of it and they want to buy it or they want to comment on it, it goes directly underneath that picture. And that causes an algorithm for Facebook. And then I directly go in there and comment back to them. Some people, I can't do all of them because my comments go so fast that Facebook thinks I'm a robot. So I got to be careful with that, but don't worry about that yet. Worry about that when you get there. Don't freak out about that. I want you to comment back to everybody. So anything I do on my business page and my profile page is deliberate. If you follow me and just watch what I do, everything I do is Facebook algorithm deliberate. Okay. So if you notice, I will heart a lot of people's comments and I comment underneath it. First of all, I want to show you some love. I love you. But second of all, I know that Facebook weighs those hearts more heavily than likes, right? So on every single post, and I try to explain this to people, but for some reason it's hard for them to understand this. If you post multiple pictures on one post on your Facebook and you're not doing buy it live or comment sold, and you're able to post more pictures on a wall drop, underneath each one of those pictures, it has to be captioned with at least your business page link. If you don't know your business page link, go into settings and find it. You really need to know that. And or you need to have some type of information on whatever picture it is that you post. Let me tell you, even if I do a fun post and I have multiple pictures on a fun post, I have my business page link underneath the picture. Why, do you ask? Because that entire post does not get circulated with algorithms. Only what they're commenting underneath gets circulated with algorithms. So if I have all this information above a 40 picture post, that information does not follow the picture that may be the hot item on that 40 picture post. Only the caption underneath the picture follows around Facebook. So they now, if they're like, who is this girl? What is this? This is cute. I have to have it. The caption's right underneath the picture and they click my link and they go to my business page. I have said this to nauseam to people and they still don't get it. I see all the time when someone says, Jerry, I don't understand why I'm dead in the water. And I go to either their profile page or their business page and there's zero captions underneath pictures. It's so easy to do. If you don't do that, then that picture circulating Facebook doesn't mean anything because nobody's going to be able to find you. That's a huge tip, y'all. Write that down. I'm telling you, that will change everything for you. So that's why I choose to do wall drops rather than albums. My album does not produce algorithms for me. Everything I do on my business page is with algorithm purpose. Is it a bad idea? No, that's awesome. But I want them to scroll my page and search my page and create an algorithm with whatever it is that they want to buy from me. That's why I do what I do.
She's brilliant.
Well, you're welcome, Sue. Sue said she didn't know that about the captions.
There's always something smart you can work on.
You are definitely preoccupied right now.
Thank you. I love the hearts. Thank you, sweet lady. Yep.
Amanda, what if I can't get no one to comment on a post from my business page. They might not be seeing it.
Yep, you need to work your algorithms, share it to your personal profile, work exactly the system we've told you.
Yep.
Hashtags are getting bigger and bigger on Facebook. You want your own hashtag, and you want to use hashtags of other things people follow. So it pops up based on what other people use hashtags for. That's a bigger training for another day. But like I said, it's not a deal breaker. These other things we've talked about are definitely what you want to do first. But hashtags, like I said, there's lots of little things that could help 5 or 10%. The things we've been talking about will help 100 to 1,000%. Okay, so focus on what we've talked about so far.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Putting your images that you sell on stories is great. Jerry does not want to deal. The reason why she doesn't do it is because she doesn't want to deal with getting messages in Messenger and then comments on a post. Her algorithms are high enough, and because we use ManyChat. But if you're not using ManyChat, you're not at 2,000 in sales, you can handle that. Definitely put your products in stories. The reason Jerry doesn't is she wants all the comments in one place for organizational purposes.
Yeah, because I get so many claims that my assistants can't guarantee that the next person gets the item. If I have claims all over the place, they have to be in one place. It doesn't mean that I don't do stories. I work my stories differently for different reasons. But if you don't have that issue, but don't make only your inventory your stories, because people are going to keep on scrolling past you. So you want to incorporate it together.
Yeah. Brandy, you can definitely watch the replay.
Yeah, it'll be on my business page and Michelle's.
This is on my business page. You're on Jerry's business page right now. Okay. When you are live, you should definitely tell your audience, shower me with hearts, y'all. Did you like that product? Hit some hearts. I always tell them to hit the hearts and not the like.
Correct.
They hit the like. I appreciate that too, but I do tell them to heart.
Correct. And you know what? Any emoji or whatever you call those, the thumbs up, the sunset faces, which are the mad faces, I call them the sunset faces or the constipated faces. Any of them are working an algorithm to let you know. Some of them way more than others do. So if someone comes on your live show and you're getting a bunch of constipated faces, who cares? Who cares? Don't let that impact your life. Right? I play with them all the time. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. You need some Metamucil. I'm so sorry you're constipated. Right? They eventually will go away because, you're doing what you're doing. But
and they don't hurt your algorithms, you guys. Somebody might be talking. They might be talking about something passionate that they're angry, something that, they might, and they're like, be angry with me. Like,
which is true. So that's very true. Sometimes
does not hurt you because someone did angry faces. You guys are overthinking that crap. Like,
a lot of people say, oh, if I get enough angry faces, Facebook will shut down this live show. No, that is the biggest crock. That's crock, guys. So stop focusing on that stuff. It doesn't matter. And if seeing those things fly over your screen, then you got to learn to just ignore those and keep doing your thing. Good. Any other questions, guys?
Let me just put these links up one more time if you've been thinking about it. You guys, Social Media 101, if you buy right now, before we log off, you'll get the bonus of the engagement camp. Okay, Social Media 101, if you've never bought a program, this is where to start. We're going to help you get the viewers. We're going to help you increase those numbers, okay? This is where you're going to get coaching with us. 4 hours from your engagement or from your question queens and 15 hours from engagement camps. ManyChat, you're doing over $2,000 in sales a month. This is a great one. It's all good. And Social Media, our Olympic Challenge for $19. If you're like, not really sure she knows that much, give us a try. $19, you can do that. Okay. Pre-recorded sales videos, good or bad idea. It depends on what you do with them. I would ManyChat those out. You definitely want to go back and reply to every comment. It's all about how you treat that. That depends on how well it will work.
Correct.
To be honest with you, Christine, you don't have to worry about likes and followers that much anymore because Facebook is moving to all followers and not likes. So that's going away anyway. You want to encourage them to follow you, but we're actually moving all to followers. That's a Facebook thing that's coming up and changing.
Which is good for you guys because now you don't have to worry. Make sure you don't just like me, follow me too. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
Right. The engagement camp is for the holiday months. And so you'll see some information about that in September, just so you know. Do you post many pictures back to back? She does one big post of pictures, and it might be a couple posts in a day. Like if she's got different types of items, but you don't want to post one. You want to post a whole, like 20 to 40 images all at once.
So let me tell you why that's really important too. If you're not doing comment sold or buy it live, with comment sold or buy it live, you only can do one per picture at a time because that's what they're doing. That's what they're claiming and getting that generated system so they can capture it in the billing. But if you put as many pictures as you can, and then you're going to bot out that post, it's bigger bang for the buck, right? Because you're going to pay every single, it's just like paying for an instant text messaging system. You are paying for pennies, but it adds up. Like I have 20,000 followers. When I bought, y'all, it's cray, right? And I bought every day. At least I bought once a day, all the time. Sometimes we bought multiple times a day. So I want the biggest bang for my buck. So I make sure that I post as many pictures as possible in one post, unless it's a custom item that I'm coming out with. And then that is its own post because it is custom to my boutique. So there's a reason why I would not do it, but that's the only reason why. And if there's none of that reasoning going on, put as many pictures as possible so you can bot it and get more bang for your buck.
Is it not good to go live on your personal page? So Michelle, it depends on where your followers are and where you built your algorithms. So
we watch the video that answers the question many times. We talk about that.
Not a black and white answer. Okay, the difference between wall drops and albums. We don't really call them wall drops. We're saying there's a difference between doing a post. We don't believe in doing albums. You can't run ads to them. It doesn't have the same algorithms. You just want to do a post. You don't need to use albums. And when people click on your photos, it will run through all the photos you've put on there. You don't need to use albums. Just post it directly. Just make a post.
If you want to work your algorithms, I mean, just saying. So I don't have albums on any of my pages ever.
Right.
I never have. There's no algorithm purpose for me to do it, so I don't do it.
So when we say bot, we use ManyChat to send out a notification to her customers who requested to let them know when she's put on her business page new products or when she goes live. And it's called a automated messaging bot. So bot is just the short for it.
Mm-hmm.
Second. Marissa, the way my ManyChat training is built, you will not get put in Facebook jail. Okay. I know what to not do. So I'm just going to be transparent. I don't even know. Maybe it was a year and a half ago. I can't remember how long it was now. So I had some clients, things were going really well. Facebook changed things without telling us.
Correct.
And some people had some issues. And so then we got them all fixed. Everyone who still works with me and let me fix their bot, it goes fine now.
I was one of those people. I didn't freak out. Yep. Michelle's like, you're in Facebook jail. I'm like, oh, well, can I still do a live? She said, yeah. I'm like, who cares? It'll fix. Yep. It's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? Like, people are so freaking funny. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Things are going to change all the time. right? And Facebook, I remember that huge change that Facebook did. And so they considered, because they have to be very careful. Facebook has to be very careful. There's a lot of people, like we saw all those Eastern Indian people in the beginning of this that we were blocking. A lot of them run off bots, which is the same thing that ManyChat runs off. It's an automatic programming. And Facebook has to be very careful with the spam. So they were treating ManyChat like it was a typical spam. So they had to, I'll get into the nitty gritty. Hopefully they understand this. I don't know. So they had to change it. And ManyChat had to, you had to go in there and manually adapt to the change. If these people are not opting in to talk to your robot, then they're not going to be sent anything anymore. Well, if you didn't do this at a certain time frame, then when you sent it out, it treated it like you were spamming and you were somebody from a foreign country botting everybody, and you were like an evil person. So they were putting you in Facebook jail for you to fix it. They initiated this change without letting anybody know it was happening. And ManyChat was not prepared for it either. So they scrambled and fixed it super fast. And so now it works to where you have to encourage people to click your buttons, right? Before, you didn't have to worry about that. They could be like, oh, Feisty just posted something. Let me go over to her business page without clicking the buttons. So you have to educate your people. When you start ManyChat, you have to let them know. If you want to continually to get this, click a button. Click the button. If you don't show my robot love, it is not going to talk to you anymore, right?
Yeah.
So people automatically jump the gun. ManyChat sucks. It just put me in Facebook jail. I'm getting rid of it. Well, that was the biggest mistake that they could ever make. It really was. And I told people, you're only in Facebook jail because you just can't. You can still go on your business page and run your business. What are you freaking out about? It's not the first time it's going to happen. It's going to happen again. So don't get your panties in a wad. Let them fix it. It's no big deal. The benefits to ManyChat, once you understand it, is huge. I can't run my business without it. I can't. I cannot run my business without ManyChat. There's no way.
So that is, stay in contact with me. When you buy ManyChat from us, there is a Facebook group that you can ask questions in. I had been going live. I ended up anyway. My husband took a job. We moved, so life got a little crazy. I'll start going live in there again. You know, we all have that happen, kind of stuff. But if you don't stay in contact with me, I can't keep helping you. So if you take the class and then go MIA and then say it's my fault, I'm like, well, did you keep coming and watching the free lives I do in the group?
Correct.
Did you message me and ask for help? So that's the thing. And the other thing is, sometimes when there does need to be an update, it might cost you a little bit. But when you buy a car, you don't expect it to keep running and never do a maintenance on it. So it does cost you something if Facebook makes a huge change and I have to make a new template and fix things. But it's worth it. It's just, it might be $200 or something. So if you're doing 10,000 in sales, it's worth for $200, right? So it's like, I run a business, you run a business.
So for me, I don't understand how people get to a certain level in business and they want to cut corners in all the wrong places. And this is always the demise of people who have big businesses, is when you cannot determine the important places to cut corners, right? You feel like your ManyChat's not doing anything for you anymore, A, because you haven't updated it like you're supposed to, or B, because you're so used to the benefit, you forget that that's the reason why you're where you're at. There, right? Yeah. Like, and I've seen so many people go, well, I got rid of ManyChat. Well, how's that working out for you? That's what I say. How's that working out for you? Right? Because you obviously could not determine the benefit from it. You took one bad situation and then you jumped ship. And now where are you at? What are you doing now? Because you cannot have a huge business without some type of automatic botting system. Anybody that you reach out to in any business level that has any type of significant sales has an automatic botting system. It's because they would rather hear from a robot than to never get answered at all.
Right.
And can you talk to all those people? Yeah, you can't talk to all those people. It's impossible. I could not run my business without it.
Yep. Eleanor, yes, we love that you're scheduling posts and then reply to all the comments. That is perfect. On your business page and in a group, you can schedule. You cannot schedule posts on a personal profile,
Right.
but you definitely can in those other two places. Highly recommend it. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Excellent.
And the key is, and it's hard for me to get my assistants who help me with algorithms understand that. So the key is like nobody can ever do it exactly like I do it. However, because that's just how I am, it's to understand that when you post something, if you let it go and you never answer back to them, but then a day later you answer it back to them, you've lost a lot of momentum. So
Right.
you need to be prepared that when you do schedule a post, also schedule it when it's good for your time, because when that post starts getting hits, the quicker you respond, the more it gets the train rolling, the more it goes, right? If you're really late to respond, then you're going to lose momentum on that post very quickly.
Amen.
Any other questions, y'all?
There's
for the 119 of you, I was waiting for this question to happen because it's the biggest question that I have got regarding my business. And what should I do, Jerry? What do I do if I want to start my own personal business or my own personal boutique? How do I start that? So besides the fact of learning social media and algorithms, the very first step you need to take in order to get wholesale items is you need to have a business license. And this is not that difficult to do. Your choice between an LLC and an actual, there's different corporations you can have. I have an S, as in Sam, an S incorporated, because of tax purposes. If all this is over your head, I highly recommend you talking to an accountant. I have an accountant now who helped me with all of that too. And she literally set up my business. And I'm going on to actually business number 3 that she's going to help me set up. But it's not that expensive to find a good accountant. If you want to use mine, I will give you her name and you can reach out to them. And I don't get kickback from her either. I will give you that information. You need to message me on my profile page. My bot's not going to give you that information. However, you need to start, because any wholesale company that you go in to buy, they're going to require you to have a business license, whether it's an LLC or an S incorporated or whatever incorporation you go to. And all of that just matters on the type of tax write-offs you can have in your business. So step number 1 is establishing that. If you establish yourself as an LLC, don't think that you made a huge mistake and later on you can't change it into an S incorporated or whatever. And it also depends on what state you're in and what you're going to do with your business. So that's the first step. While you're waiting for that to happen, you need to start researching wholesalers and where you're going to be able to get your wholesale products. I was able to easily move into a boutique because I already had a lot of that legwork set up, because it was something I've always been interested in doing. And so I was already very familiar with a lot of online wholesalers and what I needed to do to make that happen. Later on my business page, I will be talking more about this on my business opportunities. And so just like my other ones used to be, they'll all be progressive. So I won't always come on and talk about algorithms. Another one I come on, I'll talk about whatever. I'm not a tax consultant at all. I will not answer tax questions, but I'll send you to people who can answer tax questions. So just to let you know.
Couple really quick things. When you need to know something about compliance, you contact the company you're with. If you're with a direct sales multi-level marketing company,
Correct.
Don't ask us. Also, thoughts on comments sold. Jerry doesn't use comments sold. She chooses to make sure everybody comments on something to keep her algorithms up. If you choose to use comments sold, you just need to have a plan to keep your algorithms up if you use it. It's not that we do hate, like it, or dislike it. It's that we know what algorithms do. And she happens to have hired some really great gals that do her invoicing for her. So, you're going to pay for it either through comments sold or through hiring someone. That's what she chooses to be her business expense, is to have people that do the invoicing for her.
And let me tell you guys, so When you start a business, anything that you decide to or you elect to use for your business is going to cost you money. Square costs you money.
And time.
Michelle Withers costs you money. Um, Many chat's going to cost you money. Comment sold's going to cost you money. This is all percentages that comes out of your overhead. So if you're not, and I'll talk a lot about these too for you guys coming up later on, because I get a lot of these questions. If you're not business savvy enough to know that a 45% profit is not going to be enough, and you think it's going to be enough, and you've now used overhead for Michelle Withers, Comment Sold, ManyChat, and all these things. This is why I tell you there's a certain level in your business where you implement these things, because all those extras are going to come out called overhead, and they're going to eat into your profit, right? So for me, if I switch over to Comment Sold, it eliminates manual invoicing. However, there's still work that needs to be done. How do you get the items into the system? I need somebody to manually put all my items coming in into a system to create an automatic invoicing system. So the work is still going to be there. And all these girls I have working remote away from my home doing billing and shipping, they work from their homes. They would have to physically be in my house to input these items and then to pull stock and to ship. So for me, I don't just look at one portion of the answer. I play a huge chess game in my head about what it looks like, what it's going to save me time with, what it's not going to save me time with, and if the cost is worth it, if the juice is worth the squeeze. For me, Buy It Live and Comment Sold is not worth the juice. It's not. The I have got to squeeze out other logistics to make it happen, and that's not going to work for my business right now. It's just not. And I don't, people who, I'm jealous of their apps. I think that app is the bomb shit. It's awesome. However, I don't have that kind of help in my house to help me input all of that stuff to make Comment Sold feasible for me right now.
And sending everybody to your app will hurt your algorithms. There's less shares. It's harder to find new clients.
It is. And that's the other thing is, and Michelle and I actually have deep conversations because it does help her and it helps me to clear my head. But you are going to hurt your algorithms. Every single person I have ever talked to who made a mad switch because they got tired of invoicing to Comment Sold or Buy It Live totally did not factor in the algorithm issue. And from day one, I would tell Michelle, this is going to impact people's algorithms. Their business is going to tank if they do not implement other systems to work their algorithms. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. So it's not bad and it's not good. It's either, it's not a black and white answer. You have to look at the entire picture.
You need to understand what will happen when you use a tool, and then you need to have a plan behind it. So like having things in place like ManyChat, or maybe not using the app to go live once a week. And so then you get more shares, or you need to think it through.
Right.
It feels really good at first. The thing you must understand, people get buyer's exhaustion. Y'all know this. They buy a whole bunch and then they're like, oh, how come you got mad? Or I got to buy, back to school items or whatever. People come and go. So you have to, okay, here's one thing I was going to talk about earlier and I forgot. You must have a deliberate plan every single week to get back in front of current clients and to find new clients.
Correct.
Both of those things must get your attention, okay? Must have a deliberate plan. So my issue is when you have that app, and that's the thing you're relying on 90% of the time, you don't have a plan to find new customers. So if you do the app and you have a plan to get new customers, you're fine. But then you must figure out what that plan is. And I'm happy to help you with that. Like I said, I customize, what I suggest based on how you want to run your business. I work with
Correct.
people that have comments sold. I don't dislike comments sold. I know why Jerry does not want to do comments sold. And I know why Susie Smith, that's not her real name, but I know why Susie Smith does do comments sold.
Right.
But I also know why she's come to me and said, I'm not getting new customers. And so I'm helping her figure out a way to offset the fact that an app only gets you repeat sales.
And anybody who's ever reached out to me personally, and I've spent hours and hours with them, I say the same thing. It doesn't matter whether or not you have comments sold. It's the fact that you're not working your algorithms anymore. So then I have to explain to them why it did a dump and how. So if you want to keep comments sold, I'm going to tell you what you need to do to still be successful and keep it. And then I'm going to tell you. So a lot of them chose to not do comments sold anymore and to go back to their old algorithms because they felt like they were not going to be disciplined enough to keep on doing their algorithms. I do not ever tell people you need to get rid of comments sold, ever. If that, I mean, I think that there's benefits for it. However, you need to know how to work your business on social media and use comments sold at the same time.
And you know what? Somebody, if they're making a lot on comments sold, you might be ready to do ads. That's one way to keep algorithms up on your business page. That's a lesson for another day. If you're not doing even $2,000 to do ManyChat, you're not ready to do Facebook ads. Ads will not save you. They won't.
I'm glad you brought that up because I tell people that all the time. Well, Jerry, you ad, that must be the golden nugget. We didn't start running ads for a very long time. And ads do not, you guys think that ads are like, they're going to go out in thousands of newspapers to strangers' homes on Facebook. It doesn't work the same way. Ads only re-engage people you have once engaged with. Let me explain that again. Ads only work to re-engage with people you have already engaged with. So if you've only engaged with 30 people and you pay $100 for an ad, you are now re-engaging with 30 people. It didn't go out to 3,000 people because you've never spoken to them before. And I try to explain this to people.
Can I clarify something real quick? Okay.
Yes.
You can't, what Jerry is saying, I run her ads to her past customers because she has a huge past customer list, okay?
Yes.
You can run ads to brand new people, but I want you all to think about this for a second. When's the last time you saw an ad come through and you're like, well, those purple shoes are cute. And it came through and it came through and it came through and it came through. It might've been 6 months before you finally bought the purple shoes. Or maybe, Jerry, it's so funny. I told her about Rothy's the other day. I saw Rothy's ads and got their emails forever before I finally bought them. Okay. It's just a fun shoe that I like. It's made out of recycled.
I'm on 3 pairs of Rothy's now. Thank you, Michelle.
I love Rothy's. Anyway, so you got to understand, you have to spend an enormous amount of money to get a new customer on Facebook.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And so there are some ways to kind of pick the right people, but you can work your algorithms for free. You work your algorithms, get in front of them, grow your audience. Then when your customer, your awesome customer, Teresa, shares your live, they're like, well, Teresa trusts her. I can trust her. They're going to trust a share over an ad any day. So we stay in front of your customers. We get them to share. That's how we maximize your ad dollars. Does that make sense? So don't boost. Facebook will share it to people that don't know you and you'll waste money. Learn how to build ads from scratch after you got ManyChat in place.
Correct.
Okay. Sorry.
No, that's good. That's perfect. They totally need to understand that.
It's expensive to get a new customer. Very, 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 very expensive.
And it makes no sense.
Right. Okay.
You might not even, that customer might have only bought that lace jean jacket that was $75 and never comes back again. And you know how much money it cost you to get that customer? It's just like doing a cold sale call. Cold sale calls never work, right? You don't just message somebody you've never met before. I'm Geraldine and I have an awesome boutique. Come find me. Oh, let's talk about this because I have a pet peeve. Y'all never, ever, 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 ever go on somebody else's live show and like and heart everybody else's comment because you want to lazily work your algorithms. That is stanky. That is stanky and it's shady. If you guys want to build a reputable business, stop cutting corners and stop being shady. Don't go on other people's live shows and friend request people. Because let me tell you what happens when you do that on my live show. My followers block you. They will never be interested in you again. They think you're stanky and they think you're shady. You guys, this is not the way to build your business. What is going on with people? Come on now. Come on. Yes,
Amen.
Samantha, that lace jean jacket is amazing. I agree.
Mandy, I think you're talking to me. If you want to do one-on-one sessions with me, it's $450 a month. It's 4 sessions, 30 minutes per week. Now, I would highly suggest you take social media 101 first. It's 147. That will give you the basics, and then we fine tune them. If you have to pay me 30 minutes a week to tell you stuff you could have learned at 147 by watching some videos, I just will tell you, it makes much more sense. They're 3 to 5 minute videos. Slam through the videos on a weekend, then hire me. Then it's going to make a lot more sense. Okay. I could tell you, no, just hire me one-on-one and I'm going to make $450 a month. Okay. But I'm not a jerk. Okay.
That's one thing I wanted to hit on too. That's what let me hit on this. And it's not like I have to sell Michelle, and because I don't get any kickback for selling Michelle, but there's a lot of social media gurus out there who use scare tactics to get you to sign up for their programs, and then they upsell you on things that you're not even ready for. The one thing that I really appreciate about Michelle, from the day I met her to fast forward, I don't know how many years later that Michelle and I have been working together, she never used scare tactics to get me to buy anything. And she never had me invest in anything that I wasn't ready for. And that's why she's going to ask you all these questions about your business. How much are you making? Where do you want to go? What do you see in your future? What is your ultimate success plan? She's asking you these things so that way she doesn't oversell you on products that A, you don't need, and B, you haven't even done 101 yet, and you want to give her money a month to solve all your problems. The only reason why Michelle didn't send me over to the 101 class is because I already did all that myself, right? I spent all this, and I'll tell you, taking her class would have saved me hours, because I learned it all by myself. I didn't have somebody teach me it. I learned it by myself, and it would have saved me hours.
Thank you, sweet Nikki. I appreciate that. We just teach you the basics of what Facebook wants to see, you guys. Okay. The biggest thing about my class that I love is you come and you tell me the problem is there's things you don't know. And so it's even hard to Google them,
Correct.
we say GTS, Google that crap, that stuff,
That's
but
me.
sometimes you don't know what to Google.
Correct.
Okay? I think that's one of the hardest things about social media. And that's why I hate video games. I'm like, how am I supposed to know to hit that thing? Okay. You don't know what you don't know. I'm going to save you so much time, and time is money. If you don't think time is money, you're not doing enough business. Okay. Time is money. Fine. And if you don't trust me, you trust another social media specialist, whatever, but that's fine. But please do not waste your time. Just,
Correct.
get in there and get the help. And all of our programs come with a little bit of coaching, so you can come and ask us questions. Okay.
Correct.
So many people, they just sell you videos and you're on your own. Okay. So anyway, just saying, we really work it.
For me, I became successful in my business because my very first concept was time was money. So if I can make more money in an hour being active with my business, then it's something that I'm not doing. What do I mean by that? I don't go grocery shopping ever anymore. Time is money. So I get squirrely in a grocery store. I can't run in and grab milk. Like, I am a freaking squirrel. I know this. So what do? I Instacart it. So that little bit of money that I'm actually spending to Instacart saved me a lot of time. And that is for me money. I can do an hour live show and make 100 times more money than what I just spent somebody to Instacart to me. And I literally have had classics Classics. I've literally had classes, or I do live shows to explain this to people. I have a gardener. Do you think I could go out there and do that? Yes. What I pay my gardener, I make more being in front of my camera and working my business. You need to evaluate what you can source out versus the time that you put into your business. This is a huge deal. A huge deal.
A couple years ago, the other thing is, I had, at the time I had 4 children at home. So we went through toilet paper and, basic things like that. The other thing I love is Amazon. What's it called? It's not called Carts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's right there on top of my tongue. Anyway, you can just have them auto ship things every single month.
Right.
Jerry.
Oh, there it is. You're back.
Okay. So this started 2 years before COVID. So I had toilet paper delivered every month. And then it came to the point where I had one child kind of leave. And so then I was like, we weren't using as much toilet paper. COVID started and I had 11 cases of toilet paper in our food storage room. And I just laughed because I never had to hoard. It just trickled in over a couple years. Okay. There are so many things you can automate. You should automate your bills. You should automate your shopping. There's so much you can automate, you guys. Don't waste your time doing things every month that can be automated. Don't touch things twice. Oh my goodness.
You have to start evaluating your time and what it's worth, right?
Yeah.
So when I go out and I socialize with people, this is how hardcore I am. I'm not going to spend the time being away from my business, socializing with people who do not build me up to be a better person. That's how hardcore I am. My time is worth money and my future and where I want to go. So I don't waste my time doing anything that is not putting me up, making me one step better than what I was yesterday. And when you can start getting this concept, I guarantee you're now going to start playing with the big boys. You're going to start seeing the money come in. But we as a society waste so much time doing things that are insignificant, and it's not helping you become a better person. And trust me, there's millions of people who bank on that for you to be doing those things.
Stephanie, so you asked how to get ManyChat. I just put the link up there for our training. You do need a ManyChat account for us to put the template in and to teach you how to use it. You just go to manychat.com and you first sign up for a free account, and then you upgrade it to Pro. But take our class because it's pretty hard to build on your own.
ManyChat is difficult to build on. I would never, ever try to tackle that on my own.
It's challenging.
I'd rather pull out my own tooth.
You're so funny.
I'm serious. I can't.
It's interesting. I can't. All right, gals, I think we're going to sign off. My kids are like, Mom, we're hungry.
I have to pee.
So I love, I know, right? I thank you so much for being here. Jerry, thank you so much. It's been so fun. We love hanging out.
Thank you for being here.
It's just so awesome because when you run with people that think outside the box and choose to face their fears over using their fears as an excuse, really, you guys, you can do this, okay? Your fears will not eat you. You can face those fears and make good things happen, okay? Right. We believe in you. We love you. Facebook is duplicatable. You all can have the same amount of success. Get excited, get passionate, understand business pages, and you're going to love it, okay? Here is the last reminder on the link for the Olympic Challenge. Grab that if you need it. You can message me if you got questions about programs, and we're going to have some fun. Okay, guys? Thank you. Mwah. Love to all of you. Bye, guys. Remember, there's always someone waiting to meet you. Bye, y'all.